morning. Grassroots Nonprofit Boot Camp. We have made it to our 10th session. Woo! This is actually our last learning session together. Next session we have is June the 22nd. It is a graduation ceremony. We'll have hopefully all of our speakers back, all of the people that participated, the press, people from our funders from the Toledo Community Foundation, um, people that are represented in their organizations here. So if you have other people in your organization, they are more than welcome to attend. We will send out a registration link because we want to get numbers and things like that. We're going to have a planning meeting on the 5th to get everything set. But I think our location is set at the main library in the glass room on the first floor. It's a beautiful space. Big, 10 to 2. It's regular time, 10 to 2. It's a Saturday. So we'll make sure that all of that information comes out to everybody. I expect people to roll on in here as we get started with the day. We have a lot of things to do. I will be your presenter today. I was so blessed this whole season, right? Since January. So I only have to really present only 2 or 3 times. That felt good. So then make sure that y'all got other voices and meet a lot of other professionals. Today, our topic is about building the team. We have said over and over again that a nonprofit is a business. And in your business, you could be an entrepreneur, but as an entrepreneur, do you do everything all by yourself? Never. You should not. If you do, your sustainability is very, 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 very non-existent. Why? Because you're going to get tired. Because you can't know all the things. Because you can't do all the things. Even if you are a jack of or Jill of all trades, right? You still can't do all of the things. And so being able to, first of all, work on a team is tricky. Second of all, build a team is even more difficult because that means you got to know some things about you and you got to know some things about the people you need to bring on to the team, right? And so building a team in the nonprofit areas in Toledo, where we know that number is upwards of 3,400 nonprofits, many of them grassroots, in that they are small, often minority led, often in LMI, low and moderate income neighborhoods, or saying they're going to impact those neighborhoods. We have our own set of internal issues, right? And so this wrap up session is taking all of these weeks and months of things that we learned and saying, how do you pull a team together to be able to do those things, to create a real plan? Because this is that, even though it's the last one that day where you go, I really want to do this one thing, but I don't have the people that I need. So instead of wasting my time and burning myself out, I'm going to build this team before I buy a shingle. We love to go ahead and get our name registered somewhere. And here's the funny part. Oh, we going to buy a building. For what? Do you have any money to pay that? Or are you independently wealthy? Or are we gonna go ahead and register our domain? For what? What you gonna put on the website? What's the stuff you gonna get on the website, right? We like to put the cart before the horse because we could see way down there, but nobody made any plans to bring all these things along. And so this building the team piece has a lot of components, and I had to pick the things that we could literally do in 4 hours as opposed to running a full strategic planning session and all of those types of things. Those things are key for any nonprofit, for any business. All of my clients, they must go through strategic planning. If you can't stop, look back, determine what worked well, assess who you have, and then make a plan for the future, you will walk in circles for your entire existence because you do not make a plan about where you want it to go. So a lot of times you'll hear people say, oh yeah, I hope we do X, Y, and Z. There's no hoping in business. You create a plan. And when you create that plan, you get all the people on your team to join you in that plan, and y'all march this way. Now, you might get way farther, or you might not even get over there to that space. But when you look backwards, you're going to say, well, at the beginning, we was way over here. But now we at least 25 paces closer, right? But when you don't have a goal in mind, y'all just doing this. That was cool. That sucked. This was awful. That was cool. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like two circles around and you only one walking by yourself because your team don't want to do that. They got things to do. They got to be able to follow a plan. But before that, they got to be able to work together. And so building a team, we're going to start with culture. All right? Culture eats strategy for lunch. You can have strategy all day long. If you got the crappiest people on your team or the wrong person walking in the wrong area, the culture of the organization is down to the ground. So for the culture of the organization, we have to look at who? And the humans, right? We got to look at the humans that's in the room. They build culture. I'm a geographer. Culture is a group of people in a space and their norms and the way they do things, right? So your unit is an organism, an environment that's trying to do business, make something happen. But if you don't take the time to assess the individuals that are here, your culture is always going to be raggedy because it's always this girl over here going, I'm going to do it, but and then this other girl over here, oh, that's mine. I don't really mind helping at all. But when she go home, I'll be like, I can't stand that girl. She get on my nerves, right? And so nice people, they do. You need the nice people, but you also need the producers. You need the administrators. So the ladies and gentlemen from New Life, we've done the PAEI assessment. We're going to do it again here. It's a valuable tool. It's a tool you want to use to determine your management style. And I asked in the email that you bring as many people on your team as possible. If you did not, y'all could call me and schedule a consulting session and I will give you the fee for that because this is the free day, right? But at the end of the day, you got to know who's in the room and who's on your team. And it works a lot better when your team does this in a retreat setting, right? So you can say, oh, yeah, let's see who we got. Let's see who don't got. But that's great. We'll do the PAEI management style, but then we got to talk to each other. Or not. Y'all know them passive aggressive people, right? They say one thing in person, then they go in the back and say what they really meant, right? So we got to learn communication styles. It might not be that they funny acting. Their style might be very different from yours, and they don't like conflict. But again, these are the pieces that have to do with the human nature, right? The culture of the organization, who you're dealing with, and how y'all talk to each other. That's what we're going to focus on. And then we're going to have lunch. And then we'll do volunteer management. And instead of volunteer management as a topic, I want to give you some tools that help you manage your volunteers better. And I know some of y'all know that one of them tools start with a G and end with an E. It's called Google. We'll talk about Google. Hey, y'all get on my nerves like games. Google. You ain't got no money. Why are you buying a management system? The Google is free. Start using your Gmail account. I'm just going to say that about 27 times today. And then we're going to talk about onboarding because we all got to bring a team. Look in the room. Our team is not here. It's a very busy Saturday. It's a lot of things going on. Is your team actively engaged or did they sleep in today? What's important to your team, right? 9 times out of 10, you need some new team members. Well, how you bring them on determines how they stay and how they interact with you. So those are the things we're going to focus on today as we move through this process. So we're talking about humans. We just went through a pandemic. You find yourself crying a lot? I'm just going to be quiet because we real rough and tough in our community. Like dudes don't cry. Mamas don't cry. I don't know who didn't cry since 2020. We should be, oh, I ain't gonna say should be. We got a lot of things we could be crying about. Let me just put it like that. Life is lifing at a very different rate than we've ever seen in our existence. Inflation, right? I went to Costco, bought toilet paper, water, and paper towel. It was $55. I was like, it's just me. Like, I like water, but it wasn't the water. It was the paper that you need to have. Maybe I could have bought one, but at Costco you buy the big ones. I don't want to keep going to the store. But it was $55. That would make me cry if I had 70, right? People want to go out and have conventions and do all kind of stuff. Budgets are non-existent. You might have thought you was getting this one set of money to do this really great thing, and the money ain't coming. Tears, or maybe it's life. Maybe you have family members that are hurting, that are mental illness is rampant, right? They may have physical illness. It might be the situation at your job. And y'all know I love to tell people, if you work at a job where you have to use your mental health benefits, it's time for you to find a new job. They print money in this country every day. Do not stay somewhere driving yourself crazy because you think this is the only thing you could do. It is not. It is not. Okay? Find something else to do. Get busy taking care of you. And you will be a much happier and healthier person. You still gonna cry because life is hard. Hey, it's hard. But is this you? And if it's not you crying, maybe you need to shed a tear. Maybe you need to see a therapist. Maybe it's some people in your family that probably should, but we also have that old, we don't go talk to nobody else. This is family business. Your family business is going to get you jacked up. You carry a family business from age 6 and you 55 because you didn't want to talk to anybody about it. What about them? Let's just talk about you. You work with John Q. Public. Your clients, your customers, the participants, your board members, the funders, them schools, them parents. Oh, Jesus, I am not a teacher of little kids. I am an adult educator, but the adults equally read it. If you think you don't have childhood trauma, you are incorrect. There was something in your childhood that came out in a way that was traumatic for you. It might have been the best childhood ever, but maybe it was the perfection thing. Oh, I just got to do it this way. We don't never name it that, right? That didn't come from me. I'm not mad at my parents. They did the best they could do. They was humans too. It might not have been my parents. It could have been my uncles or my aunts. It could have been school. I have one friend who went to school and they stood her up in front of the class and told the rest of the students that it was students like them that didn't belong in their school. And she has a master's of organizational leadership right now. But when I tell you, as her tutor, we had to fight that kindergarten experience that she had because it was still dealing with her. And she came and talked to y'all. That's Amelia Gibbon, right? You got something back there, and they got something back there. Some people have gone through and handled it. Some people are in the process of handling. In church, we say that sanctification is a process. Well, healing from childhood trauma is also a process. And everybody is hurt. So how you operate and how you have compassion or how you show up or how you don't show up, because every day ain't great. So you ain't got to be the friendly person every day. It's not a great day today. Talk to me tomorrow. You're going to catch a cuss word because my native language is cuss. I have many languages. I got a fellow cusser right here, right? That's right. Another one, okay? That's my native tongue, but I speak many languages. But it's a lot of people that don't speak many languages. So they just come out of a pocket, right? At any given time. I love most of my clients most of the time. We had a board retreat for the Multi-Faith Council. Multi-Faith Council. Everybody has a faith. And the board president, hilarious. She told this dude, if you would shut the F up, I can get it done. Everybody did like this. Swoop. I was like, bravo. Somebody told him besides me. It was crazy, right? People are on edge, is what I'm saying. People are on edge, right? It just happens that way. It's life. It's life. So remember who we dealing with. And remember, if we are on that list or that other list, that other thing, just keep that in mind. And then let's move to our assessment for the day, right? The PAEI is by Isaac Adiches. I train under his leadership style because my business coach, E.A. Lewis and Associates, trained me from this method. And so I'm no longer with E.A. Lewis. I went to kind of doing some things on my own, but I did go back and take his online coursework. And so Isaac Adichez has created this tool that in about 20 minutes tells you how you manage yourself and others. It also tells you how people see you as a manager. And so that's what we're going to do today. So it's a little self work. You have a little document that looks like this in your packet. Got it? iChat. It's iChat, but it's Isaac. So ICHAK. I'm not sure where he hails from. He has a very thick accent, but he does things across the globe. So his stuff is translated to Portuguese, Romanian, Russian. He's all over the place. Adizes, the Adizes Institute. And so you will see developed by him and the Adizes Institute on the bottom. It's a little cut off, but I will make sure that you guys get access to this, and we'll put all of these documents together. It's an easy assessment to put together, to take rather. And again, it gives you, now I did not give y'all all the full handouts and stuff because we got a lot of stuff and we can spend 2 hours just on this. We ain't got 2 hours today to spend on this. So we going to hit it and quit it, talk a little bit about it, move on to the next thing. Again, y'all interested in some other stuff? See me after this training. I'll give you a price list. I'm dead serious. No. All right, so this is the inside of your tool. You're going to fold in on this little line, fold this in, and it turns into a booklet. Look on the inside, then go to the outside. See this little line? Fold it in, and it turns into a little booklet. Yep. So the PAEI stands for these management types: producers, administrators, entrepreneurs, and integrators. If you don't have a notebook and you want a notebook, I can give you a notebook so you can take some notes trying to get rid of this stuff. Let me pass that behind you. You need another one? Okay. Notebook. Notebooks. Pass those back to notebooks. Anybody else? All right. Anyone right here? Right here. Okay. There we go. Miss B? Okay. Yep. So producer, administrator, entrepreneur, integrator. These are the different management styles. We'll talk a little bit about them after we do this assessment. All right. So you got your little booklet. Open up your booklet. First step. Let me go back, and I'm going to leave the steps up here. Is to rank all the boxes 1 through 4. So all the boxes, it goes in a row. We read top to bottom, left to right. So the row is left to right. So A, B, C, D, each one of those should have only 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4. So you're going to read all of those words in A, B, C, and D, and then you're going to say, the one that's most like me gets a 4. Right? The box that's most like me. This is not a thought-provoking issue. Read the box and say, it would be most of those except for that one word. Is it more than the other box? Yes, then put that as 4. Okay? Every box is not going to have every single word for you. Right? Do not ponder on it. It is fascinating how completely quickly this tool tells you who you are as a leader. All the words most like you. Now, my trick is to pick number 4 and number 1. Number 4 is the box most like you. Number 1 is the box least like you. And then 2 and 3 you can stick in there somewhere, right? Because you're going to dicker around with 2 and 3. So pick the most and the least, and then put the 2 and 3, as you will. Do that first. Then we're going to go to the Roman numerals and do the same thing. You're going to read the Roman numerals, the ones that's most like you, Put a 4 in that box. The ones least like you, put a 1 in that box. Yep. So the Roman numerals on the side is exactly like these boxes. All these Roman numerals over here, when you open that up, yeah. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing with the key yet. You're going to open this up. You got to put a 4 in the box, most like you. A 1 in the box, least like you. Pick 2 and 3. All right, I'm going to give y'all some time to do that. Huh? Yeah. We should. We could. I can print some more out. I created my own tool because I did not have access to use my other person's tool. But Google is a great thing with a thesaurus. You just find words that's similar to it. And now this is not your tool. This is my tool. The same thing, but do these first. Yep, do all of them, and then you're gonna also do this. You don't got to do nothing with this. You can leave this open. Yep, just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got to be a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. It's got to be a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 in the row. It has to be a yep. Got to be a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. You got to pick the box most like you. Then what? Yep. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, that's a 2 and a 3. Yeah, just read. Don't think. Just read it. Okay. Huh? You cannot. It's 1, 2, 3, or 4. It is. Instructions 1, 2, 3, or 4. 4 is the most like you. Yes, you cannot. You go to the next row, you can use 4 again. But in the first row, you can only use 1, 4. It's so accurate. It's so accurate. You will hem yourself up trying to read those words and go, this one is really more. This is really less. I really do all these. You don't really do all of those things. I can look at my box right now and tell you which one is my 1. I can look at this box and tell me which one is my 4. Right? I know my answers already, so that's not fair, but Yes, that don't go by that. If the majority of that box sound like you be like, yeah, that's mostly me. Maybe that's a 2 or a 3. But one of these boxes is clearly you. Don't think too hard. A, B, C is a row. It's the row. So E, F, G, H is 1 through 4. I, J, K, L, another 1 through 4. M, N, O, P, another 1 through 4. Yeah, the row, not the column. Girl, okay. That's all right. We got time. Did you do yours? All right, if you are already done, you can start transferring them to this box, to these. Did you do you didn't do this one yet. Did you do the Roman numerals? Do the Roman numerals. Yes, the same thing. Open it up. Roman numeral. I. Right, the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. No. It goes to this. Okay. Yeah. So when you get ready to transfer them over, you got to pay attention because they're not in order. Yeah. Funny. Funny. How you doing? All right. If you did the Roman numerals and you did the letters, then we use the key. So you can close your key up. And if you notice on the key, the Roman numerals are at the top. And then you have letters in these other boxes. You have to put the number that corresponds to those boxes in those boxes. And when you get done, you're going to add them up in the column to get your score for the P, the A, the E, and the I. So you see that the first box is Roman numeral number 4. It's all good. You can stand up. Open this up, and whatever you have in Roman numeral number 4, put it in the first box right here. whatever that number is. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Roman numeral number 4.
Okay. So 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's 4. It's right here. You got a 3 in that one. You got to put that number in there. Yep. Help coming. You're not. It's okay. Yep.
I did this here.
Nope. You got. It's 1, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, you put them up there. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So now.
I had already put all.
Yep,
fours.
I got you.
Okay.
So then you close your key up.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't hear you say the other side.
Yep, on the other side. Then Roman numeral 4 has a 4 in it. So put the 4 right there.
Okay.
And but just make sure you pay attention to these because they're not in order.
Okay.
Yep,
okay.
that's it.
Okay.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep, 4. Put a 1 right there. Yep. And then when you go to the other ones, look at the letters because they're not in order. So you just got to make sure. Yep, do them all. Yep. Yep. It's a shocker.
That's my number 1, and then these 2 are the same.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I really thought it was gonna fall in that
one. You're a visionary. I see that. Do people get irritated with you because you say one thing and then tomorrow you come up with something new and you want them to switch over and start doing that? Oh, then it's you. You're definitely an entrepreneur. You just told them you trained them. Girl, get the hell out of here. It's crazy. You crazy. No, they don't, because I only deal with people that know how to do it. Nuts. Yep. Now go to Roman numeral 4. It's a 1. You put a 1 right there. Then you go through all of those. But see, this is B, not A. So you got to look at these, and then you put the yes. Number? Yep. You got to put the, yep. Yep. Yeah. So all of these too. Yeah, you got to do all the boxes, then you're going to total them up. Yep. Heather, what was your highest number? Oh, okay. What about you? Yes, sir.
This is.
So you go like this.
Oh, add these.
Yep, add the columns down. Yep. What was your highest number? Okay. Oh, all right. Good to know. Heather, what's your highest number? Oh, you told me that just now. I just heard you say that. Hey. What was your highest number? A? You got a lot of administrators in here. That's a good thing. What was your highest number? Okay. Any P's? All right, P is your highest number?
15.
Boom.
I was the next one.
Oh, you nice and you get stuff done. That's nice. Yeah. I'm nice. I mean, I get stuff done, but I'm not nice. I have like a 2 in the eye. My eye is very low. What was yours?
I.
Oh yeah, I believe that. No problem. I'm not surprised. So where I see that. No, we know. We gotta talk about it. Everybody done? Absolutely. Absolutely. None of these are bad. This is who you are. This is likely not going to change. The only thing it's going to do is shift to even out sometimes. But your high is your high. I'm a producer all day long. I'm going to get it done. Period. I do not care about your feelings a lot of times. So I am bad in the culture space, right? Because I'll whip you down to get some work done and tell you, you ain't going to beat me working. And they over there crying. I be like, here goes some tissue. Right? So I got to bring integrators in. They be like, Crystal, you could just don't say that. You're like, okay, yeah. Yep, Wanda? Yeah.
I mean, my highest one was actually an I.
I believe that. But I think you also get a lot of stuff done. You're even. 16, 15, and 14, those are even. somewhat even. Mine is like 19 and 2. Mine is like, it's very clear. No, I like to get stuff done. That's it. That's it. And my first school, I looked at that. I was like, this is so me. I'm so excited. And then I read about how people view you. I was like, many people have told me that before. I believe all of those things. But it doesn't change who I am. That's how the Lord made me. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? We just finished John in this Bible study. Peter was Peter, but he also was the person that the Lord built his church on. Peter will cut your ear off in a hot second and keep it moving. Like, I don't know what you thought. Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm not going to apologize because I'm a Peter. I'm going to cut you down real good. It's going to, then we're going to cook some food and we're going to be all right. Or you can go on about your business because I got something to do. It don't really faze me like that. You know what I'm saying? But I have grown, when I learned this at 46, right? I'm 55 this year. I've definitely mellowed. Somebody did just tell me we really need a lot more integrators because Crystal's really good at pushing us to get things done. But we need nice people too. I was like this. That's why the board chair cussed you out the other day. But I ain't have to say that because everybody else was thinking it. All right, here we go. Everybody done? You got your scores. You can look at it and see. How many P's do we have in here?
That's the highest score.
Yep. Look, producers. Producers like to produce. They like to stay busy and they get a lot of stuff done. Producers in an organization focus on what's getting done. They make your organization function. So if you have a whole bunch of integrators and no producers, y'all gonna have meetings all the time, but y'all ain't gonna never have a program. Because ain't nobody getting the work done on the program. Right? I love a good meeting if I'm running it. I could be in a good meeting that I'm not running and I'll be like this. I wasted 3 hours here. You know what I'm saying? I feel weird about being in meetings because I think my work is to be working. And most of the time in the meeting, we're discussing. What, didn't you make a plan before then? No, that's what we in this meeting for. Oh God, now I got attitude, right? Right? But look, do you know people who would rather work than meet and they work fast and they like to work alone? Is producer your number 2? What's your number 2, Janae? And what's P? That's interesting. Yeah, you might have, maybe you go back and look at your answers. Maybe you put the 4s where the 1s should be. Sometimes that happens. When people are like, this ain't me, then they go back and read it. It was like, yeah, I scored this wrong. 4 is the highest. 1 is the lowest. Yeah. Okay. There you go. 4 is most like you. So redo it. While we talking about this, nope. Just scratch out those numbers, put them in another one. No, you cannot. Rescore it. Well, yeah, you probably could keep the 2 and 3. Yes, because those are the middle ones. Yeah, that might be what it is. All right, while they're adjusting their numbers, we're going to continue. Right? Who likes to meet goals, conquer tasks, deliver intended results? My therapist recently informed me in my most recent releasing from therapy again. She was like, Crystal, we're just chatting now. You don't have to come back. I was like, okay. But these are the things I chat about. I take it very personally when my clients do not achieve the results that I think they should achieve. She's like, Crystal, that's not your job. Your job is to deliver the content to them and make sure they understand it. You are, unless you're the implementer, you have no business saying they got this done and I'm super happy about it. It's not up to you whether or not they get it done. And that was a very difficult thing for me to get because I hang my hat on saying, hey, I went through this planning process with them and look at all these things they've done. Now, if I go through a planning process with people and they don't get nothing done, I feel like a heel. Oh my God, I'm the worst person on the earth. I can't believe I couldn't get them to do this. Well, of course you can get them to do it, Crystal. You just had to teach them. You didn't have to do it. And that's a difficult thing for producers, right? We like to conquer tasks and deliver intended results. So we think about the results and then we go get them. If you need something done in your group, who's on your team that gets it done? The producer. If you don't have producers and you're not getting things done, find some producers. Now, people don't really like us. We can be seen as dominant, hostile, competitive, controlling, and cold. Guess why? Because we throw tissues at people like, suck it up, buttercup. We got to go get this work done. That's my natural leaning. Right? It's not that many producers in here. Now, as y'all redo y'all numbers, if that's your natural leaning, this is how I knew you was probably more of a P than what you said, because you said, I just trained them how to do it, how I want them to do it. And that's, thank you. All right. There you go. Yeah. Yes. That's right. But consider, right? You don't? Because now what are you?
Because it gave me peace that I wasn't an administrator, and now it's telling me I am, and now I got a problem.
Why? Because you don't administer things?
I had peace when it just said you are not an administrator. I said, oh, thank
you. Nuts. You trying to get away from doing your job. Look, we just talked about that this morning. That's your purpose. Questions? Hi. Uh-huh. Okay. A and B. Your top two, those are the ones that's most like you. We got, now remember, I forgot, Heather, we got a mic, so if we have questions so we can be on the video, we'll make sure we bring the mic around. So let's go to the next one. Then we're going to talk about what those things look like. Producers, administrators. These are the filing people, right? They like the order. They like the procedure. Where's the standard operating procedures, right? If you don't have them, your organization sucks, because there ain't no plans on how to get nothing done. Don't nobody know what step come after what step. If you got problems in your organization that look like, well, I thought I was supposed to do that, but then she had already did it. Or this is the way I was taught how to do X, Y, Z. And then somebody else comes. That's not how we do it. We do it like this. You missing some administrators, right? Following the rules and the procedures. Focus on how you get things done. You need people to do things, but they need to do them in an order, because they're not lone wolves. They're working on a team. If you're on a team, everybody should do programming the same way. Yes, ma'am. Then that's your top two. I'm a PA. Yeah, I got high. We ain't doing good with the video today. Sorry, video people. Y'all should have came. You should have came. No. We'll get the mics around so we can hear questions. You got a question?
Okay. Exactly. So, is there a way to actually get people to understand why there's a need to be organized?
There is, but that comes way later. We're going to talk about onboarding. The leadership needs to set a plan. Once the plan is set, then you get people to sign in. But sometimes as lone wolves, we like to jump ahead and say, I already got this plan. This is how I'm going to do it. I need you to do it with me. That's not inviting. That's not asking anybody to be a team member with you. You just want to be their supervisor. And so the way you approach that is very different. If we get through it today, hopefully we do. Otherwise, we're going to be at that thing on the 22nd still talking about this, because y'all need to know this. But yes, it's a way to do it.
Okay.
But it's not because I had all the ideas. If you think I'm going to join your team and not get paid and just do what you want me to do all the time, you're going to always need extra people, because I don't feel like a team member. I feel like a free employee. Those days are over.
Yeah.
Right? You got to approach people a different type of way. You really do. That makes a difference. While I was talking about that, y'all read the rest of the administrator, right? Mm-hmm. Policies and procedures, time clocks. Who live by their calendar?
I do.
If it ain't on my calendar, I missed all of that, honey.
All of it.
Guess what I am? A PA. Like, it was 19 and 16, something like that. Those are very high for me. Highly analytical. Yeah. Will analyze you down to the ground. This is why it didn't work, because you didn't do this first, then you didn't do this, and
Yes.
basically, I ain't calling you stupid, but
I'm just talking
you
about
need
what-
something organized. Give
Yeah.
it to an administrator. However,
Mm.
submissive. Why? Oh, I put the policy together. It's over there. Detached. Did you read it? Hostile and abrasive. I told you not to mess with my files. I don't know why you would take my files and turn them upside down. Ask my kids. I got piles in my house. Don't touch my pile.
Thank you.
It looked crazy to you,
Thank
but I know in the middle of that pile on that yellow sheet right there,
Yes.
the under that is all the stuff from before January.
Yes.
If you flip my pile upside down, I'm gonna have to get you.
Oh, God.
Because now I gotta go reorganize it again. I never put it away.
Thank you.
I'm just putting it in order.
In order.
Right? Is it crazy? Nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts, right? It's nuts.
It's
You're an
not
administrator, sweetie. Look, it's
not
nuts. So we all, remember we read those first things? We all a little off a little bit. Abrasive or unresponsive. I'm not even going to answer that question no more because I wrote an email and sent you a policy. You didn't read the email.
Read it.
Janae said, I already told him how to do it. If you can't come in line, you just can't come back over here and help me no more.
Look here.
Okay, no sweat off of me. I'll go play at the OSN Festival today,
Look
right?
here.
Okay, so but when we think about all of these things, why are we struggling in our organization? Because we act like this. And we know that other people see us like this, and we don't care. That's just how we are. Okay, then keep your team of one. You'll be exhausted, and you won't be doing this next year, right? So when you know better, you know you don't. You be conflicted like a mug because now you're trying to figure out how you don't do better instantly. Let me tell you the truth. You don't do better quick. You be like, dang it, I did it again. I need to go to my therapist again. I need another session. Right? You don't do better right away. You can try.
Yes.
Yeah. No, let them hold you accountable so they can tell you off. Because that's what they want to do. I'd rather you tell me the truth. Don't go talk about me over there. You should have told me that in my face.
Correct.
So I could work it out. I don't like that. But, that's me.
But see, that's why there's a need. Oh, Mike, that's why I feel there's a need for some of those type of people.
It's a need for every one of these people.
For everyone.
Yes.
But I think it shows the help of the process.
Yeah.
When you have those type of people.
Absolutely.
Because now I believe God gave me the gift of the sugar baby honey department. Because I was sugar baby honey
I
to
got
death.
one right here.
But it gets the job done.
Yeah.
And there's a way, I think that even being that type of administrator, for people to understand, somebody has to lead.
Somebody has to lead, but we all got to learn. So if the
Yes.
people on our team constantly telling us the same thing over and over again, that's personal responsibility. What you gonna shift?
Yes.
Because the team needs to be a team.
Yes.
And on a team, there is no I.
Correct.
There is a leader, but you value everyone on the team. I can't be a big I on a team. It's TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. But by yourself, go on over there and get it done. See ya. You're going to be tired as all get out.
Right.
Right? Entrepreneurs. Who had the entrepreneur? Hi.
Oh, no.
Hi.
It's my
Second one. Okay. Second one. Well, these entrepreneur people, let me just tell you, they're so interesting. If you supervise people, you may have heard this before. You just told us to do that last week. Now you want us to do something different? I can't keep up. What thing do you want me to prioritize and work on? Right? Has anybody ever said that to you? Have you ever said, okay, yeah, that was Tuesday. It's Wednesday. I got a whole new scheme for today. What is wrong with you? You didn't get that done yesterday? No, because I was doing the stuff from last Friday. Right? Entrepreneurs are risk takers and they move to the future. You need an entrepreneur on your team because if you think you're going to do that same dusty program for the next 6 years and get the same amount of money, you're going to be out of business. An entrepreneur goes over here. They focus globally. We're hyper local. I am a very hyper local person. I like my community. I identify all the individual. Now I can shift really quick in between communities, but the majority of things I do happen in zip code 43607 in the city of Toledo. That is the majority of the work that I do. That is the population of people I believe that I have been mandated by the Lord to lift, right? To provide some supports to. All the LMI communities, great. Those communities are amazing, low and moderate income. When I say LMI, I don't do the alphabet soup and you don't know what I'm talking about, right? But that one area, Pinewood, Palmwood, Norwood, I was the caseworker for Job and Family Services for that group of people. I quit my job when a grandmother brought her granddaughter in to get on assistance. I'm not going to just pass out stamps to these people. I want to do programming that impacts them and changes their life. And that's why I'm here today. I am not global. I am extremely hyper-focused on this one work. Even though I do many things, they're all for that one work. Entrepreneurs will do something for Alabama, Kentucky, Toledo, right? When we think about locations and locales and space, they would do things for this population and also this population and also this population. And they want everybody to come right along with them. I'm not done yet. So if your board chair is an entrepreneur, get some producers and administrators around you, new board chair, so that you can put a plan in place or a thought in place and let y'all brainstorm it out and see if that's the plan we're all going to go with. Because they're not all going to go with you because you go a lot of places. Now, your big ideas should never be silenced, though. Remember, I'm a Peter. Don't silence my big idea. That might be your money-making venture. If you don't have an entrepreneur, somebody that thinks to the future, helps people respond to change because they change all the time, right? Guess who's making a lot of money right now? Entrepreneur thinkers, because they was able to shift really quickly. Like, oh, bread costs $7 now? I'm gonna start selling bread. I need a wheat station. Here we go. Right? They making bread right now.
Here we go.
Right?
Oh, God.
Making bread. Because they was like, boom, I can switch. I know 3 farmers. Let's go.
Let's go.
Right? Well, you was just selling cars. Cars is a thing of the past. I'll give that business to somebody else. You know what I mean? Something like that. Need to start something new. If you don't have an entrepreneur on your team and you haven't got it started yet, that's why. Because you in the weeds and you doing it by yourself. You need somebody with some future casting abilities that can get there. Now, controlling, confident, spontaneous, sociable. They go to all the meetings. They do all the stuff because they got to meet the new people that's doing this. I went to this thing and I heard about this thing over here yesterday. That's my best friend. We going to lunch tomorrow. You have lunch with me tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to cancel with you. This one is new. You be like, well, damn, I thought I was important. You ain't that important. I ain't not that important. I met somebody different. It's a wrap. Indulgent. What was your, did you do the money habitudes?
I did.
What was your money habitude? Look in your book. You got it? Did you write it down?
I'm sorry.
Was it spontaneous? Mm-hmm. They all go together. It's very interesting how that works. How many people know an entrepreneur from this assessment? Mm-hmm. You put some plans together, and then you make the policies and procedures for the plans, and then you find producers to do the plan, because you ain't going to do nothing. You just going to think and create policies. You ain't going to do no work. And ain't nothing wrong with that. The thought leadership is what that's called. Right? Uh-huh. Oh, Mike. Sorry. No, just put it in your mouth.
I really was just kind of looking at my scores. They all seem kind of like
Even
kiltered. Is that like a good thing?
That's a great thing. That means you're even across the board. I don't need it. What you got? 15, 11. You got some variance. You're an AI. The 10 and 11, those is your low. So you're not an entrepreneur, but you are an administrator and an integrator. So you love people, but you like to have them put things in order. Nice. All right. Okay. Think about it. Next one. Oh, no. This way. Did I put producer twice? I didn't put integrator in here. Boom. I got to come out here. Give me a second. come over here. Dang it. Let's see. Sorry about that. Oh, I got. Oh no. Ding. Let me see. Is it right here? I want to add. Oh, back at the game. Share. Present. Do not want to leave out the nice people. The nice people. Need to connect with others. Ask an integrator. I am blessed in the Mommy Bay Club to have a wide variety of women. I, in my new presidency, wanted to get to work. We're going to do this, we're going to do this. Now, we did a lot of things. You still ain't going to beat me working. But we did a lot of things. But I had some key people in the room. Back in the cut over there, Miss Janae Hicklin was one of them. Well, Crystal, they don't really know you. Can y'all like have we gonna call it a pot work. They easing my tension, right? Instead of a pot. Look, I was like, we don't eat at meetings. We got work to do. It was like, well, let's call it a pot work. I was like, okay, I can go with that. We're going to get some work done, right? It was like, yes. But what we really need to do is break some bread and be friends with each other and get to know something about each other. Find out what people like, what kind of gifts. The pot work was extremely successful. I would have never wasted that meeting on a pot work. I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing in my being that would say, bring a full meal. Like everybody brought food, and we have a mixologist. So she also brought some libations. Right? And we had an excellent meeting. I would never have done that. Why? Because this ain't me, right? I like bringing people together on my deck when I cook, like smoke a brisket or something. Helping everybody stay involved, that's on you. But not when you're an integrator. Integrators like to make sure, how you feeling that day, Danielle? Is everything cool? You see? So she shut me down right away as an integrator. What's your integrator? 9? Oh, she went from a 15 to a 9 because she had her things backwards. Right? She's like, I'm blessed. Don't ask me nothing else. They focus on who is up. They focus on the people. You don't have a team if you don't have no people. You need an integrator. They are the heart of an organization, and they lead with kindness. So in that assessment that I talked about with the other organization, our integrator, who currently has a terminal diagnosis, and we're very sad about that, she came and she said, now let's all get back together and get on the same accord. And the board chair was like this, okay. And, right? But she immediately used, Dennis has this tone. This is the tone. Now, we can all come back together and we're going to be okay. Let's work together as a group. Let's work. We was like this. I thought that was hilarious. She should say that to him again. But she just instantly lowered the whole down to meet me at this voice level. Amelia's an excellent integrator. If you notice the way she presented, very peaceable, not a lot of paperwork. She just want to have a conversation with people, make them feel at ease and draw them in, right?
Sister Crystal.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I just want to give an example from my work experience, how that plays out in a day-to-day environment. As a supervisor for almost 40 years at St. Vincent's in the environmental department. In the mornings, we have what they call a huddle.
Yeah.
So I utilize the huddle. That's when workers come together. And I utilize that to, for my own sake, evaluate the employees.
Yeah.
How did they come in? Where's their emotional state is? Because
at the beginning of the day.
At the beginning of the day, because that's what's going to work out when they go up on the unit.
That's right.
So if they come in depressed, dealing with something from home, if you ignore that, then you getting a call 10 to 15 minutes later.
They didn't gave somebody
somebody on the unit. Because on the units you got professionals and they are producers. They're not going to deal with someone that's, disrespectful or not producing or this and that. They're not producing for a reason. So if you can deal with it up front, hey, come in my office, let's talk about it, let's see what's going on.
Absolutely.
Then that's where that integrator come in.
It's an amazing piece, and it's fascinating to people that don't have that because it's out of our realm.
Yeah.
We never consider that.
Yeah, and you do have to be comfortable in your own skin, like you're saying, because I got to evaluate, accuse. I said accuse, but that's the way they were saying it. By
what they say?
Docile, yeah. You too nice. You this, you that. Now
forgiving,
yes,
gullible,
but
devoted.
You're working with people.
That's who I am. Yeah. So I'm not going to apologize for who I am.
Yeah, right. You don't.
That's right.
You just be who you are and trust the person that is the integrator.
That's right.
They help keep the thing going.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you.
No, Mike.
You, Mike.
You know cuss words? Because sometimes we have to use it.
Do I know cuss words? Yes, sir.
You don't cuss. You don't cuss. You don't cuss. When you need to
have a firm voice though, like you ain't got to cuss, but you like, hey, look, I'm trying to get over it.
No, he's not. He is. Let me tell you about my elder. We all go to the same church. When I'm in a meeting and he can see my eye going like this. He get up on us. He be like, Sister Crystal. And I'll be like this, Dennis. And he be like, well, maybe we could say it like this. I'll be like, okay, I'll try it. It's a different skill set. And it's a skill set. If you're missing it on your team, people not going to stick with you because you rubbing them. We are iron sharpen iron, but not always do you got to get cut. Sometimes you need a fillet knife. He's a fillet knife. He slide in and pull out the extra pieces on both sides. And you don't even know you done got it all cut out of you because he just real soft like that. It is missing on most teams. That's what I'll say about it. It's missing on most teams. And when you don't have it on your team, you have far more trouble than you deserve. Go ahead.
And I just wanted to piggyback off that. That is so true. And for St. Paul's, we use round tables. Round tables. And so in a round table, all the employees can go around and you ask each other, so I'll start with you and I'll say, like, hi, Miss Green, how was your day? How are you feeling?
Okay.
And then what's on your agenda for the day?
Okay.
And who do you plan to ask for help? And it seems like a lot, but it's real quick and you go around and it kind of helps your employees get grounded.
Yep.
For the day.
Yep.
That's all I was going to say.
That's excellent. So if you're struggling in your board meetings, add some of these techniques. We're teaching one another. I use something called around the horn. Yes. Now, because I'm a producer, I put it at the end after the business get done because we're not going to sit here and cry for the whole meeting. I got stuff to do. But I'm going to ask you about it later. Okay? Figure out how to put it in there, but put it in there. So, put that on. Around the horn at the end. How you doing? You got anything else you want to add to the meeting? Right? That's about the best you're going to get. At the beginning, oh my God, she's crying about that kid again. Oh, she needs to get him some therapy. That's me. I love it. That's me. That's me all day. But, right? It's on there. So take it how you can get it.
Well, wait a minute. Y'all have to really understand when we're at our meeting.
It is so strategic that she does that, and we have an hour and a half to maybe 2 hour meeting. Don't nobody want to say nothing at the end of the meeting, no way. And we go around the horn, and she's like, and she is so
nice because my stuff is done.
And what do you have to add to it? And what do you? And each one of us, nothing. We good.
Nothing. I'll be like this.
Because we ready to go.
Let's go. No,
but it's strategic.
All right, I'm gonna try to. I'll do it at the beginning. No, I'm not.
No, I don't even.
We'll do that at the next pot work.
Well, see, we two producers, so neither one of us
right. But so you're hearing some things here today that can help your team. So, but you see that viewing as others, we have to be very careful because we don't appreciate the way we're viewed, but we'll cut people down to the ground about how we view them, and that don't work on the team.
Correct.
It don't work real well on the team. That was my extra one. So there we are.
We are not.
Respect me for a producer that I am, and I will respect you for the integrator that you are. Mm-hmm. If my team has 4 producers and no entrepreneurs, our next board member or our next person we bring on, when we give them this assessment or we know these things about them, we ask them questions that let us know if they're that way. We're looking for this person. We often in our nonprofit work take whoever's available, our cousin, our sister, my girlfriend. I don't want my girlfriend on the team. I want to go kick it with her. I don't want to do no work with her because I'm going to tell her smooth off if she don't get this work done. And I know how she act on some things. That's not who you're supposed to have on your team. Your best friend, that might be great, but is your best friend capable of coming to meetings and then doing what she said she was going to do when she leaves? Because if she's not, put her in a different spot. Like, she's a really good, put her in that, right? Put her over there. Uh-huh. Who got the thingy?
Oh,
it's way back there. Yes. Okay. Yes. Can they switch it up? Because the code switch is real with the friends and everything. Say that again so we can get it on the video for y'all who didn't come.
And capable of being in that setting. A friend being capable of seeing you in that setting.
Right.
Because like you said, how I am with you as a friend is different than how I am when it's time for business.
Absolutely.
I'm very business minded, very let's get this done.
Yeah.
I don't have time to manage emotions. So
it's very true.
And that's why we need Elder here to kind of
when they start talking, everybody be like this. Okay. It's so nice. We be all like, oh. I don't know about everybody, but I know I do. I settle myself all the way down. It just works for me. And it's only a few people that can do that.
Let me say this. When the top of utilization for integrator or a person like myself, for producers and go-getters and things like that is, and I made myself available a lot in this, is with producers, if you know something that's really irritating them or something, before they even engage in the meeting, if you can get them by themselves where they can vent.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah. And they know you're not judging them and you're not they just need to vent, get them thoughts out and them feelings out so they can, when they get with the people, that they already vented and, got that out, and now they can do a meeting still intact. So you can utilize your integrator for venting, because they can handle it.
Yeah.
They can handle it and not judge you on what you say and do in that particular.
This is gold, honey. You're going to pay for all of this next rotation. I'm just telling you.
It's a safe place to be who you are. So you can be present yourself and what you really want to present and remain on task and in that. But we get underutilized because people don't build trustworthy relationships.
Trust and care and respect. If that's not on your team, you don't have a team. You don't have a team. You have a few people that's going to stick with you until you piss them off good enough, and then they're going to bail on you. Probably at that gala when you think they was going to bring all them flowers in here, and they just will not call you and not answer the phone. So then you're going to be stuck like Chuck, looking real crazy like, that's why I ain't like her no way. No, it was you.
And Crystal, I will say, I'm glad somebody finally said that, because being a producer, we're always helping people with their issues. Nobody listens to us. But their expectations of us is to always
you can get it done.
To get stuff done.
We know you can get it done.
And we do need somebody to hear our stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're carrying the load.
Find you an elder dentist. That's mine, though.
And they want us to keep walking and weighting that stuff down, but then we have nobody to pour out to.
Yeah, put it right.
We don't.
I'm telling you.
We don't have nobody to pour out to.
The dentist will get you right.
And the biggest piece of it is being judgmental. No disrespect. You must be. I am a cusser, and sometimes I need to say it the way I need to say it, even being a reverend, because sometimes it's some Christianity peoples that make me want to say it the worst. Because they walk around with this halo and they doing all the stuff that you're trying to fight against.
Yeah. We human.
It's just, people.
Yeah, we are human.
Put you in those positions.
Right. We are human. So what we learned through this one discussion is that just like they got an issue, so do you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So if you look out with these eyes, turn them back around and look on the inside at you, and always get to. Can you pass that mic down to Miss B? And then always get to, because you can't fix nobody. We can't even fix ourselves most of the time. You ain't in therapy.
Thank you.
So you can't fix it by yourself, right? You just gotta hold it. It's for the thing.
Okay.
So you really want to look on the inside and see what you can correct. And can you approach them? It ain't always them. Most of the time, it's not them.
And I always say my favorite word is do what you got to do and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because if you don't keep it moving, as long as you sit there, you're wallowing in
Yep.
it. The longer you wallow in it, the bigger it gets.
Stifled.
So do what you got to do and keep it moving.
Yep. Yeah. We got lots of work to do. We got lots of work to do today. It's 11:15. We're going to move on to the personality lingo. Personalities and communications, right? So we got management style. Then we got how we talk to each other. This is a separate assessment. This is a fairly easy assessment at Wells. Also gives you a lot of info. And what you'll find is your communication style is very closely mirrored to your PAEI style, right? Because we communicate as connectors, integrators, planners, producers, thinkers. You can move administrator or planner, or producer, and or mover. Well, I gotta think about that again. Mover is producer. Thinker is entrepreneur. Planner is an administrator, usually. These two could go back. Connector is the people one. That's the way I look at it, but we'll see.
Wait,
So,
say that.
no, we're gonna do the assessment.
Okay.
So you have this what's your communication style 2-page document, front and back with the questions and then an answer key. Now this one is self-explanatory. Did you get this one? Okay, you did it. Okay. All right. Yep. So you got this. You can tear it loose if you want. These are the questions, and then this is your answer key. So you're just going to go 1 through 10. It's only 10. Ain't that so funny, these assessments and 10 questions? Remember how we used to do the MBTI? It took like 45 hours just to put in XBW217554, 75 questions. These are very short. Right? You could circle them, or you could just enter them in on this box. Yep. Then you look on here, your response. So the response key says mark the letter that corresponds to your response for each question. Count the marks in each column to determine your communication style. You can mark them on this sheet and then transfer them, or you can just mark them on the sheet. Yes, you just got to read, Miss B. What you like to do? It says, I like to, I tend to. She's like, I ain't good with those. You know my nerves.
Can you read them out loud?
I do love to read out loud, but this ain't kindergarten though. People don't like Miss Tina class. She liked when I read out loud, but if these grown people, everybody gonna be mad at me except for you, Heather.
My students ask that all the time. Can you read it, man?
Milton said he was coming today. I was looking to see Milton. They must have had another game. Is it anybody here from Tessa? No? Okay. Number 5, I tend to communicate to figure things out and problem solve and connect with others and make a difference. That's different. One of them is about people, one is about things and problems. Yeah. Like I can figure things out by myself. You know, like if I'm communicating, yeah, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's what that says. But read it how you will. But when you want to connect with others, you do like Dennis and say, how you feeling today? How you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you connect with others like that. I want to come together and gather specifics and fulfill responsibilities. Like I have the plan. No, that's what A is gonna do. That's what A said. Right? Figure things right. They are always out of order because the letters go based on the section. So you got to pay attention when you go to the score sheet. Yeah, when you go to the score sheet, go by the question and then pick the right letter because it'll put you in one of those sections. A blue. Yeah, not surprised at all. Yes.
1, 4, 4.
Oh, you're even. You are a planner thinker. You're a planner thinker. Put them right there. Top, second, third, fourth. There you go. And then after you do your numbers under that next line down, put your 1, 2, 3, and 4 styles. Write them out. And then we'll look at those pages. Because you on this one, you got the big write-ups. So y'all can read those write-ups at your leisure. You can read them at lunch. It'll tell you a lot more about you and how people communicate with you and how you communicate poorly and well with others, right? You think it's totally normal?
No, on both ends of the spectrum.
Oh, what did you get?
I'm a producer, and then I'm a connector.
Oh, interesting. Well, remember that you also had those other things flipped. You might move in between them. I mean, you also feed the homeless. So you like talking to people that most people don't necessarily ever want to talk to. So you could be a caring producer.
Okay.
I don't know that many of us, but you could be. You could be. Yeah, you could be. Uh-huh. How we doing? Everybody got their style? How many connectors? Number 1 style. Nice. How many planners? All right. That means when you talk, you try to get something done. How many thinkers? Yep, she even on both thinkers. Y'all, right, that might be like the, we'll look at it. And then how many movers? Nobody. Mover, producers. Yep, mover, thinker. All right, let's look at it. Now, like I said, you have that other sheet. So these styles, who remembers I said something about the MBTI? Back in school, we used to do these, or if you was in a educational track that talked about leadership, and remember the extrovert, introvert, sensor, intuitives, thinkers, feelers, judges, perceivers. The colors and the styles kind of go together. So you see that SJ for a planner, gold. SJ is a sensor and a judger, right? They're realistic people who focus on the facts and details and apply common sense and past experience to come up with practical solutions. But they tend to be, I shouldn't say but, that's my poor word choice. And is the better word. They tend to be organized and prepared and like to make and stick to plans and are comfortable following most rules. I don't agree with that part at the end, but that's okay. I don't follow rules. I make my own rules. I ask for forgiveness, not permission, but this is not about me. It's about y'all. So, right? So these kind of match up to the MBTI. The connectors, NFs, intuitives, they are energized by people. I am energized by checklists, right? You like to be around people, right? You like checklists?
Yeah.
Yeah. You was a P, right? Or an A?
No.
On the other one? An A? Okay. Yeah, checklist. Dang, check it off. It's done. Quick pace, a quick pace, and are good at multitasking, intuitives. And then I'm on this purple one. See NF in the blue? You got an intuitive, and then you got an F for feelers, tend to be sensitive and cooperative, and decide based on their own personal values and how others will be affected by their actions. Yep, Wanda. Oh, yeah, lunch comes in about, but the food is over there, so we can while we doing this. Yeah. And it's also a whole table of snacks over there. You don't have to ask. Yes, you can get up whenever you want to. You sure can. Get on up. Wanda said, I'm about to pass out here. Give me some food. I'm glad you spoke up, because if you would have fell over, I ain't doing no CPR. I'm going to call somebody. No, I would do CPR. I just was with Tim yesterday. I would not let you just fall out here. You know how do y'all know how to do it? Okay, nice. We got people, because I ain't the people. Right, yes. I
literally had to learn about that personality style, that
introverts,
because it's viewed pretty much in a negative way.
Yeah.
And so and so I took time to learn and read about it to get a better understanding.
Okay.
Because that's my
absolutely.
And my twin is an extrovert.
Yes.
So I had to really get understanding so I can accept who I was.
Again, we don't apologize for who we are.
Not at all.
But we have been taught to apologize for who we are. As African American people, we are conflicted from birth, right? We are conflicted from society. We are conflicted. If you cook good and you look good, you must be doing something wrong. If you do, you know what I'm saying? If you don't cook good and you don't look good, you're also doing something wrong. We'll tell it to ourselves. Why you can't just be a human and be okay like you are? But we make up a whole story in our brain about who we are, why we gotta apologize, and or we'll come in like this. Oh no, kind sir, please give me XYZ. Those days are over. I have the same skills, if not more. I'm gonna bust in and make my own table at the door. I'm not gonna wait for you to invite me to the table. If we would have waited for somebody else to create this boot camp, we would still be at home going, I'm not really sure what's going on with our organizations, right? But today, 6 months after we started, we are far more prepared to move forward with the organization. Is it easy? Absolutely not. We've been overwhelmed out of 10 meetings, overwhelmed 10 times. Like, that's entirely too much info for me. It's not, okay, that's just the beginning. We'll keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So don't apologize for who you are or how you are. But also don't crap on other people because they're the way they are. That's how they are. It might not fit for you. Yes, ma'am. Mike.
I also think it's very important that as you learn who you are, others learn who you are.
Yeah.
But it's very important that you learn how to interact and partner with those individuals too. So to Elder Ford's point, introvert, I'm a true introvert.
Absolutely.
But again, it's looked at as negative, you're antisocial, things of that nature. And so what's important is when I'm in business relationships or partnerships, people understand what that is and they know how to tap into it with me, just as I have to understand other people as well. Because even though you may identify, okay, that person is an introvert, if you don't do anything with it, you're still in a bad situation too, because then you can't grow as a team and you can't produce.
Yeah. Who's in the room? Who's on your team? Are you going to empower them or are you going to leave them in a corner and expect them to keep on doing the work? And in the nonprofit space, usually for free. No, they're not going to do anything. They're going to leave the team because I got other things to do just like you do. Right? So this is all about relationship management. But guess what it takes? It takes doing business with people you know, like, and trust. That means you should go out to dinner together. That means you should have a training session together. You should do some fun things together. You should do some work things together. It can't just be all one thing. But we have been trained to be isolated and separate from each other or pull somebody down. African Americans also do not work in community. well at all. If you're a marketing person, get on a team with a whole bunch of other marketing people. You're going to learn 10 times more than you will learn on your own. If you run in a youth program and you don't know the other people in the youth program, you're nuts. They got some kids that didn't work in their group that will work fine in your group. Right? They also have some things that they've done that they know about that can help you and vice versa. But we stay in a little box. I don't want nobody to know what I'm doing. This is the first thing I hear a lot of minorities. I ain't going to tell nobody what I'm doing because they're going to take my program and use it. Well, you took it from somebody. Who's creating new things? If you created something new, you wasted a lot of time because it ain't nothing new under the sun. And at the end of the day, the thing that's new is likely not going to work because it's not vetted and you ain't even thought through the whole process yourself either. Right?
Repeat that again.
Yes, I'm just saying. If I got a brand new thing, it just came up. Okay. The funder will never fund you for your brand new thing. They will fund you for collaboration. Why do we get this money? There are 5 organizations in this room. We didn't all get a lot of money, but we did put our name on the list and say we're eligible for these types of things. So when we get ready to write again for some other stuff, oh yeah, we managed this grant over here. We did that. We got to start somewhere, right? So I got the orange, the blue, the green. Read through those things. We did our communication styles. I was supposed to talk about that before we did it. Now here we go. The blue person. They want to know how can they help and how can people collaborate. So you have those large sheets. They have all of this info inside of the sheets that's got in color with the words on there. They relate and they build rapport. Their relationships, possibilities, and purpose focused. So when they communicate to get to know the actual person. They're connectors, right? If you don't have connectors at your board orientation, or if you don't have connectors going to your networking events, if you don't have connectors talking to donors, you ain't getting a dime. Because if you think you're going to approach me and ask me for my $200,000 and you didn't even ask me how my kids was doing, I'm a human. The city of Toledo just told me something very key. These people calling me Crystal, they so nasty. Don't think I'm not going to remember who they are. I was like, I know that's right. Girl, I appreciate you, right? Because we asking 40, 75 organizations to put one thing on one document and you calling me with an attitude? Oh, I'll make sure yours don't ever get on there. And when you apply next year, guess what? I remember them. We don't think about that. We get real antsy and nasty and snitty with people like they do. You ain't doing me no favor. I'm doing you a favor. Right? You know,
Did you pick that up at the meeting on Wednesday evening?
For the Mommy Bay?
No, it was just a meeting for all the people in the community that was receiving a service.
I didn't go to that meeting.
Yeah, you were sitting on the front row.
What meeting was? Oh, you mean the food meeting? Oh, yes. Yeah, the food meeting. Yes. We're doing Connecting Kids to Meals. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if you have connectors on your team and you're not a connector, this is how you have a meeting and get them to engage with you. Acknowledge them personally. Show them some appreciation. Don't be disrespectful. Be respectful. Call them out their name. No, that's not it. Tell them they can go back home. No. This is not the things, right? Don't bark orders. Have patience. Include them, right? So if you're struggling because you have a lot of integrators or a lot of people on your team that don't speak up, they might be introverted. Remember all of those pieces that went together with that connector, the sensor, the feeler. These are all those people, right? If you don't give them an opportunity to say, hey, Terrell, how you doing today? Then they'll be in the meeting like this. She didn't even notice I was here, so why should I say anything? Right? You got to learn how to deal with not just yourself. You have to learn how to deal with all the people and all the things that all the people are. You ain't going to do it right for the next couple of years, but at least you know a little bit more about it right today. You know it's going to take some time, but you got to constantly put yourself in that space. to get to know it. The thinker, when thinkers communicate, it's objective and strategic. They gather and share info. They figure out, fix, and improve things. When we in a meeting, we getting some stuff done. I ain't asked you how you felt. That's right. Did y'all figure out what was wrong with the Google Doc? Why people ain't getting the email? That's what they talking about the majority of the time in the meeting. Carolyn over there like, she didn't even say hi. Oh, God. Hello, Carolyn. Now, what about that Google Doc? Right? You know what I'm saying? Can you see how your meeting is disrupted because you don't know who you talking to or how you talking to them or what your agenda is versus what their agenda might possibly be. So if you have green thinker people, give them time to consider the angle. So now how would you know they was a thinker? You need to do some assessments. Y'all got to do some group learning so you know who's on your team. You would never know to say, now, Jackie, I'm going to give you some time. If you can come back next Wednesday with a thought about why these things are this way, no problem. I got you. Now that just changed from I ain't got nothing to say to the meeting to now I have purpose and have been respected. I will definitely give you the things that you asked for. Right? I feel like I'm a part of your team. Skip the small talk. The thinkers don't want to do the beginning like y'all said at the meeting. I do that at the end so people be ready to go. Right. So avoid redundancy. If you are in a working environment and you know that you might read these assessments and go, "Ooh, that's my boss." Don't go in there asking her how she doing. She don't want to tell you how she doing because she's not your friend. Just skip the small. I'm gonna get right down to it. I know you don't have that much time. Right? Give the big picture first and then the details. And they love info. Do not question them 1,000 times because they probably sent it to you in a big old email and you didn't read it. Right? They're not going to go through that again. They done thought all the stuff out already. Right? So just get down to the info. Well, I know you said this, but what about this? So when you know who these people are, you can respond to them. And just like in public relations, we would say this in a bad way, but it's not. Manipulation. You're manipulating the conversation so that they hear what you actually want them to know. Right? If I know about you that you are an introvert and I say, how are you doing today? I want you to open up to me so we can get this work done together. It is a manipulation. It is an educated way of getting people to work together. Right? Taken the wrong way, you can manipulate the ding dang out of people when you know their styles and stuff like that. But, and you're going to have some people that also do that. And so you have to be very weary and leery about those things because it is a lot of people. I don't work with bad teams. I just don't. I don't stay on bad teams because I value my time and my mental health. And I like to cuss people out. I'm working on that every day. I get a little better. I might use the initials now and not the actual words. But I'm just saying, Crystal of real will come up real quick sometimes. And so we just got to learn how to manipulate ourselves or see that coming, that pattern picking, right? When you pick out these patterns about people, you say, I don't think I should meet with you by myself. I need Dennis to come to the meeting because I'm going to cuss you out. But Dennis is going to be like, now, Crystal, how about we try this? I'm like, no, not today. He's going to be like, now, Crystal. And I'm like, okay, right? I'm just saying. The planner, purposeful and procedural, tracks details and fulfills responsibility. They love spreadsheets. I keep a spreadsheet for everything. Don't ask me now. I'll be like this. It's right there on line 27B. I can see it. I'll show you, right? Please don't tell me you guessing. I don't appreciate guesses. Where's your data? Where's your stuff? Practical, realistic, and concrete. What is the right thing to do? And are we all sure about where we're going? Because if we're not, I'm wasting my time here. We have finite time, finite resources. And we walk in circles. I can't. Other people can. They don't mind the long walk. Now, when I'm driving in the city that I've lived in for 55 years, I use the GPS at all times, even sometimes to go home, because I can't navigate anywhere. I would drive in a circle all day long. I'd be like, oh, I just saw that. Look, I don't know why I'm back here again. This is Communication, not driving. Right? Now in driving, I will go in a circle all day. But in communication, my business is called Crystal Clear Communication. Ain't nobody confused about what I said or what I meant, even, usually, right? Now, if you're communicating with this type of person, when you come to the meeting with me, please be prepared. It eats me up. Oh, I had those documents, but I didn't bring them today. Did we not say we was talking about the budget? I'm so confused about why you came to the meeting. Don't you have it on the Google Drive? You got the internet everywhere. You got it on your phone. Open up the drive. That just infuriates me. But I know that I have other people that I deal with. Do some detail to your instructions. Let me know you thought about it, right? Stay on target. Let's not venture off to the Old West End Festival. We can talk about that at 2:05. Right now, we can talk about this. Right? Show respect, don't interrupt. That one, everybody wants to be respected. I don't mind being interrupted because I can get on a tangent real easy. So that piece, that doesn't bother me too much. But they're suggesting not to interrupt them. Now, if they're over talkers or that misogynistic kind of when we in an environment where it's usually female leaders and there's a guy there who feels like, and this might not be all guys, like they got to get their 2 cents in, they just going. Interrupt that fool. But I'm not calling no guys no fools. I'm not saying that. But yes, I am. But right, don't interrupt and be respectful. Either way you do it, be respectful, right? And then recognize their contribution. I don't care that much about recognition. That's something that they put in this one. And not all assessments are equal, right? That's their suggestions. You can take them or you can leave them. You can pick whatever you want to pick out of all of these. But I don't need any recognition because I have a purpose. My purpose when I woke up was to be ready for this class today. I don't care if nobody didn't even come. I would have stood right here and kept on talking if it was 3 people or 20. Because that's the work I got to do. I don't feel bad. Oh, everybody didn't come. Well, y'all missed it. Watch it on the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. And then we go, ready to go. Movers. They are active and straightforward. They troubleshoot. They seize opportunities. They do quick action and tangible results. What are all the options? Sounds like the entrepreneur. I know a faster way to get this done. You can do it tomorrow because on the Wednesday, I'm going to be on this other thing. So hopefully you got that. Keep it moving, right? If you're talking to, use a soundbite. They don't want a long conversation because they quick, right? Let them have their phone open while you have the meeting because they probably looking up that thing you just talked about and trying to see if that actually would fit for them. They can be like, oh yeah, these cost $6.99. We can get them today. I can put them in my Amazon cart and we'll be ready to rock, right? Appreciate their flair, often options and flexibility, and lighten up. Let them go global for a period of time if you're talking to them. But if they dragging the meeting out, rein them back in too, so we could keep moving forward. So if this is you and you're the convener of the meeting board president, that's something that you write on your agenda because your agenda needs to talk to you. Everybody else's agenda is what you want to deliver to them. So on your agenda, you put up in the corner 5 minutes for this, 2 minutes for this, so that you don't overtalk in any of those spaces or let anybody take your meeting off track, right? So you always do an agenda for you, an agenda for everybody else. Your agenda should always look different than everybody else's. If it doesn't, y'all gonna be off track. Here we go. Application takes practice. That's why knowing better and doing better is a long ways away from each other, right? I could learn it today, but I may not apply it for months. Because I got to get it ingrained. I got to practice it a couple times. I got to give it a move or two. I got to figure it out. I got to mess it up like 17 times. Sorry, you was on the mess up train. If you stick with me, I'll get it right on the next rotation. Or, maybe 5 after. I'm just saying I might be a slow learner. You know what I'm saying? You got to apply the things that you've learned for the last 6 months here. You're not going to do it right immediately. Your organization may not sail in the first year. You may still be struggling to get new members to come on your board, but you have these tools now, and you'll get copies of all of these things. You can use these. Now, I didn't give you all the stuff. That's on purpose, right? Because it's proprietary stuff. I had to spend some money on these things. I can't just put them all out there. And you want to make sure that you deliver the information appropriately. So you have people and you know people who can do those things. It's not going to be an easy process, but it is doable, and it's doable with a team. That's for the best. It is. Yeah. A lunch break time. All right, it's time to eat lunch. Y'all can go ahead. All right. So this one is more like a conversation, and if y'all want to see some examples of stuff, we could look at some examples. We're moving now to the volunteer piece, right? So you got your board and you looked at all of these things, the assessments. You know who you need on your board, right? I'm a producer. I have no integrators, so I need to find somebody that's an integrator. I have no communicators that operate like this. I got to find these other people. We have talked about in the board space also those pieces that are usually missing, like an attorney or a tax person, right? If you get a tax person to be on your board or a bookkeeper, guess what's free to you usually, or at a very reduced rate. So you want to be strategic about the people that when you're building a board. This is called building your team. So part of your team, leadership. Other part of your team, workers, right? If in a small organization, the leadership is also the workers. You got to have even more of that soft stuff that we talked about when that's the case, because now you asking me to have thought leadership and expend my other energies to do this actual work with you. And I don't like you that much. Or y'all don't act like y'all like me that much. And nobody's paying me. Everybody is a volunteer for the most part. Until you get some funds, and then you get the funds and realize that you're the board president and you can't take a payment. It has to go to the organization. President, CEO, fine. If everybody's agreed that there's a rate there, that's very different. Right? Can you pay some of your people as independent contractors? Absolutely. What you don't want to do on a small organization is start hiring employees, because then you have to do the payroll. You have to do a workers' comp. We heard from Ms. Rolanda about workers' comp. We heard, right, when we did all of that insurance and stuff. You don't want employees unless you absolutely have to have them. Like if you're doing mental health, I think you have to have employees in some of those areas. They can't be independent. And if they are independent, they got to come with a full set of licensures and all of that kind of stuff. So it depends on what industry you're in. So for the most part, in nonprofits, we work with volunteers. Volunteers need to be thanked. They need to be appreciated in public, because most of the time they're denigrated in public. Like, you ain't do that right. Why you over there doing this? Well, the kids is right in front of me. You could have told me that over there. Actually, you know what I'm saying? So most of the time we going to chastise a volunteer in public, but then we going to say thank you, never. Or in a meeting when ain't nobody there, or they wasn't there, she didn't come today, but here go her certificate. I'm not going to never get it to her neither, because, right? So how do we operate around our volunteers? How many people have volunteered in other people's things before? For years at a time. And enjoyed it all. I love Mommy Bay. It's a difficult work for me. But I love the outcome, and I believe in the value of where we're going so much that even when it's hard, I talk to my truths and they talk me down off a ledge. Because I'm like, I'm quitting. I don't want to do this no more. No. It's not going to be easy, never. I didn't want nobody to still have their hand up, because you would be lying. There ain't nothing you do that you love all the time. I mean, you got a mate. Well, okay. There ain't nothing you do that you love all the time. I'm going to go back to my regular statement, right? It's a tricky space. And you add into that, whatever your daunting work is, Janae feeds homeless people. Y'all work with kids, right? In the healthcare, mental health space. Yes, that's terrible. I don't want to hear those stories. It's hurtful. Now I got to look at their parents and I want to punch you in the nose, right? For free? I'm doing this for free? Right? It's not an easy process. So consider the work that you're doing in your organization and who the people are that are doing it. And however y'all operating today, if you add most of these things on the page, everybody will be much happier. Everybody will be much happier because they'll feel connected, they'll feel heard, they'll have access, all of these things. So we're just going to take them a little bit at a time. How many people use social media? How many people's organization? How many people use it personally? Let me say that. How many people use it for their organization? How many people have an internal group for their organization? As in, we have a Facebook page where only we can go and talk to each other over there. It's called a group. That's one space where you could say, here's our flyer, pass it out to all your friends. You could also say, like our page, and make sure you share our page on somebody else's thing too. But a Facebook group or a Facebook page for your organization is one of those access things. So if you're looking for money and people can't find you, they can't see anything about you, you're never going to get the grant, right? So you got to have a website or an address or some link you can give people, because if you think they're going to hunt for you for a long haul, they not. You need a page, Instagram. If you work with kids, you better have an Instagram page or a TikTok. I didn't put those on there. I'm not very good at those. I do some things on Instagram, but at the end of the day, Facebook is the one that's been around and it's kind of hanging on. Now, Instagram also has that funny thing with you got to have a very engaging image on Instagram. Facebook, people put up those word posts. Most people don't look at those. They mostly look at things with an image. I like images and 12 words or less because I'm getting to the point. But now I have a social media manager and he writes these very long things and they get a lot of engagement. I'm like, oh, people, I never really use Facebook for education, right? If you're looking for volunteers, then Facebook allows you to guerrilla warfare some other people. Like, I know that I can tell all the teachers at TPS that I'm looking for volunteers for my after school tutoring program by making a post about tutoring, put my words in there and the content, or either my link so I can get to, like, if I got a registration sheet, I can put the link on there and then I can go down on the bottom and say at Toledo Public Schools as soon as I like their page. Everybody at Toledo Public Schools is going to get it. So if you're looking for volunteers and you're not using social media like that, some people are like, oh, I got to ask permission. You ask for forgiveness, not permission. It's social media. Right? If you like their page, they're basically saying, because you like me, you have access to me. So just go to their page and like their page and then put it down on the bottom. And then all the people on there, they also have that @followers thing now, right? If you've seen that, or @top_fans on Facebook. Anybody completely lost in the Facebook space? And I need to show it to you? Okay. Okay, go ahead. When anybody that follows you is gonna pop up in their page. Yeah. Now, as an individual, because I know Janae, you use your personal. You got to get that group page. I don't know if you can do @followers as a personal. I'm not sure. Okay. I manage a lot of accounts. I'm personally in mine right now. Let me go to. There you go. You did. Boom. Boom. Let me see. Where they at? You send them to me? You didn't give me no. I did, didn't I? All right, I will. Is it new? I did. I seen yours. I did. I don't look at them that much. Y'all getting me? Y'all getting me? All right. So you have to be the manager on the page. I want to see a @followers one. I should have one on here. And we do birthdays on here. Oh, another thing you could do. Just be nice to your volunteers. Acknowledge them on their birthday. Put it out there and when you talk about saying thank you to people in private, but beating them up in public. This is a nice thing that you can do on Facebook too. You don't have to just use Facebook to get your word out. You can use it for many, many things, right? Say happy birthday to people. We Natalie did this one, and I can tell that because I'm an administrator here. We like put the Connecting Kids to Meal in the library, so we do a lot of stuff with the library. So we making partners. So the library knows us on social media. So it's a way to communicate with all of your stakeholders and things by just cross-posting and doing different things like that. A lot of stuff you can do in this space. The holidays, those are, you put those in there. Birthdays again. I was wondering if I can get to, you got a program coming up. You see all these links right here? That's when you do the @ and then if you're friends with them, you can put the link in there. So all the people that are leaders, New Life is there. They do our back to school. And Frankie has a personal page, but the Camping Mama does not have a page. And I know Frankie Page is not going to allow me to put her name on there, so I didn't put her. I just put her name in here, right? But the City of Toledo, that's our funder. So when you get money from somebody, you got to constantly say, these people funded me. This is what you use Facebook for. You just link them to it. We saying thank you. Now, what I didn't get done before I sent this out was put their logo on all of these things. But now I have their logo on all of these because you also have to logo all of your stuff with the people who gave you money. If you don't do that, they're not going to give you any more money, and they're probably going to cite you. They could ask for some of their money back because when you sign the contract, it always tells you, market us for this. And the same token goes another way. We have some funding coming from a new funder for our back to the Summer Leadership Series. They sent us the thing and they was like, please do not make this public until we do our announcement. And yesterday I had to turn in something to the district office for our organization. And I was like, I feel like I could put it in there. And I went back and read the thing again and I took all of their logo and everything off because they do not want anybody to know that they've given us this money yet until they say it. So you have to follow their rules. All of that stuff happens in social media. Sometimes people be so excited. Oh, so-and-so gave us some money. Did you read the contract? It says don't say that. When they said they was also going to send you a copy of the press release when they send it, that's how you'll know. Now, I'm thinking that was a week ago. I should have had a press release. I went to look at it. I didn't have a press release yet. So I had to take all of their logos and all of their stuff off and remove it until they make it public that happened. So social media can also get you hemmed up in some mess. Right? When you get a little carried away. Where's the followers? You can do things like back office stuff. Like we was in 3 different locations this Saturday. So we had our pictures for here. We had our pictures for a group of us that was at the city. And we had our pictures for some other things. So you can tell people what's going on. People follow things that look busy. You want to volunteer? Let them see what's going on with your org at the meeting. Right? Just take a picture of the meeting like, hey, we getting ready. Just some random stuff. Because if you don't look engaging, why should I join you? I don't know you that well. And what I do know about you, it's okay. But I ain't going to say I want to keep all my time with you, my free time and my free work. But when they could see things like this, y'all stay busy. Y'all did 3 things in one Saturday. That's fantastic. How did I get involved with that? Some people be like, y'all too busy. I don't want to do that. Okay, that's cool too. Right? Let's see. See, this one didn't work because we did it on the phone. So you see @TopFans. Usually if you're going to make a post, let me see if I can make a post. I don't want to edit that one. That one is raggedy. Okay, here we go. So if I go like this, @followers came up right there. If you put @followers and you make a post and that stays blue like that, then everybody that follows your page is going to get this on their timeline. Pop right up at once. @TopFans is the same thing. So @TopFans, you can mention all top fans once a day. That's the people that interact with your page the most. If you smart, you'll find out who all your top fans are and see if they interested in working with your organization because they follow you all the time. You have to make a pipeline of people ready to step in for sustainability purposes, right? If you're the board chair and you don't have a list of prospective people coming down the line, but the next time y'all have board openings, you're going to be the board chair for life. because ain't nobody else gonna ever come in, right? So you got to look at that. So those are just very small, very key things. Not a whole bunch. I'm not trying to do a whole Facebook class here. Just some very brief things. You can use Facebook. Hello. You can use Facebook for all sorts of things. Social media, same thing on Instagram. LinkedIn. Mommy Bay does not have a LinkedIn page yet. But if you are looking for professionals, you can make a, yes, I want to leave the side. So I got a personal page. I pay for the premium because I have a business, but there is a lot of NAMBPWC. Now, do y'all, Jackie, do y'all national have a LinkedIn page? But y'all work with professionals and y'all missing the whole mark because, let me see, 201 members. What should be in that? So they have a public group. I just now joined it. I didn't even know they had a public group until I looked that up. So in the public group on LinkedIn, just like if you had a group on Facebook inside of our national organization, we have individuals asking people gratitude lists. They probably don't got a lot of things in here because I didn't even know they had a group. But people could come in here and talk to each other. They hiring for a job. Our group only got 2 things in it. I didn't even know that group was there. So that's it. Yes.
Hashtags are very valuable as well.
They are. Where the mic?
Right
You
here.
got it. Oh, hashtags are valuable because they send it out to other people that's looking for those types of things or that those things come up.
It helps with the search and it goes across every social media platform.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So if I did if I went to Google and I put in, I got this hashtag lifting as we climb. Interesting. Interesting. Now I don't see on my organization. I'm pulling up the names more than the other things, but like, oh, that's sweet. So you can find all sorts of things. But if I was in Instagram, I do know on Instagram, you could run all, like if you look for a hashtag in Instagram, where you do it in the search.
Yeah.
Okay. Hashtag. And they not even on here. Let me put in changing narrative. Go. It's 150,000 posts that got changing the narrative in it. So if I go to that link, it should pull up all the posts that got changing the narrative in it.
Yep.
These are all the posts that say something about changing the narrative. People use hashtags a lot.
Yeah, like when I use Twitter, because I use Twitter a lot.
Oh, I never use Twitter.
Even YouTube, like I don't know if anybody paid attention to the description box of the videos. I put a bunch of hashtags.
Yep.
Because when people search, they search Black business, Black entrepreneurs, whatever, and I make sure I put all of those hashtags in the description. So when they search it, the videos will pop up.
It's some trick to it. This is not a social media class. So I just wanted to show y'all that because it is some effort to it. All right. The next one on here, because I'm going to keep going out, is Photo Circle. How many people use Photo Circle? Photo Circle. How many people take a whole bunch of pictures, or y'all got board members that be doing stuff and you be like, oh, dang, she got the pictures, but I want to make a post or I want to send a thing. If you use Photo Circle, everybody gets invited to the Photo Circle and they can just dump pictures into the Photo Circle and then you can all get access to them. Photo Circle is great. I wonder if I can look it up. Let me see. I use it on my phone. Photo Circle.
So people have to have access to it.
Yeah, you have to give people access to it. It's a private photo sharing site. I don't know if it'll work on the internet. I think it only work on your phone. PhotoCircleApp.com. I wish I could link my phone up here. Let me see. Photo Circle app. Oh, here it is. Let me see. Crystal Taylor Writes. I don't know if I have it for Crystal Taylor Writes. Answer feels empty. I don't know. Let me see if I could do it. mommybayclub@gmail.com. Oh, it won't let me do it. So it's only an app on your phone. Oh, maybe you should be able to do it. Let me do it with Google. Forget it. Let me just see. Choose an account. Crystal Taylor. Okay, continue. Photo Circle for web is currently only available to business users. So you cannot use it on the internet. You can only, it's an app you put on your phone. So if you use Android, you can go to the Play Store. If you use Apple, you can go to, the other store. That's the one I got. And download Photo Circle. You can start putting photos in there, and then you invite people to Photo Circle. And then everybody has access to the pictures. So if y'all need to do an annual report, or if you need to turn in a district like newsletter, and who got the pictures, where are they? We don't all use Google. That Photo Circle is a nice one because if everybody is not on the Gmail train yet or using all the Google interfaces, you can still get access to them. So Photo Circle is great. We use it quite a bit for our marketing team so that people have all of our club sisters have access. I think you are in it. If y'all not in it yet, it's because we didn't do the switch over until after the induction. And we also use WhatsApp too. So that's the next one, WhatsApp. How many people use WhatsApp? Yep. Now, WhatsApp, I know we can use. Now, WhatsApp is like, WhatsApp, web. It's like a group text. You know how people hate group text? Send me all that stuff. They can turn it off if they want to. But this way, so I have a Mommy Bay Club, and I also have a Mommy Bay officers. My social media management team is on here. So when I need to send something to my social media people, instead of me sending an email, I despise email. I do 1 hour of email a day. If you send me an email and it wasn't that pressing, I'm probably not going to read it because I get hundreds of thousands of emails a month. I don't read my email like that, right? But on WhatsApp, it's like a text message. It pops up on your phone. So here's our Mommy Bay Club email. So I found this thing about Juneteenth. I was asking people, do we want to walk in this parade? Instead of waiting to the meeting, which is after Juneteenth, can I just pop it in here and see if people say it? When people say happy birthday, they put all their stuff in here. So we got this running list. Anytime I do like minutes or agendas or send them out, I'd be like, check y'all email. I just send it out in the email. So we can set up a WhatsApp and then everybody gets to text all at once. And you can just add all of the members there. Now, some people, they don't want to hear that. They turn it off. My role in that space is I've made it available to you. If you missed it, that's on you. We know we got everybody in there. If it's something that it didn't work right on your phone, we do address those in the meeting and say, let me help you get this on your phone so you can get all of this information. Because everybody is not on email. Some people that sit at a desk all day, they think that's cool to just send emails and put in 1,000 words. You're like this. If I had email, I wouldn't have read that email. It's a whole bunch of stuff in that email. It's a short message text. You can also send pictures. You can also send videos. You can also send links. You can also send docs. So then people say, oh, I didn't get it. It's in the group. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Yes. So, yep, our autoresponder is great, even on your Facebook page. So if you are doing a program like we got the Summer Leadership Series, if somebody send us a message, we can put an autoresponder in there where I don't have to keep on going in there and saying, here's the bit.ly link. If you asking about Summer Leadership Series, go to bit.ly/MBCSLS24. I'm done. And if they get on the list, great. If they don't, they wasn't that interested. Then I didn't have to do anything. So autoresponders are a good thing. And the business, so that's a freemium, right? Because all of these are free. The business one is free for WhatsApp too. That's what's up. I might check that out then. WhatsApp is a great thing if they also got the business piece for free. So a lot of these services, you will call them freemium. So you can get basic things at the free level. And then if you want extra things, they'll take you up a couple of different notches. But we love WhatsApp. And then for the officers, we talk about all our officer stuff in here. Like I missed the link for a training that they had, and they sent it to me in the officers link right here. And it went out to all the officers. And right after this link went up, 4 more of the officers got on the meeting because we hadn't seen it in our email. So these are great connectivity tools. So if your group is struggling, or there's a couple people that keep like, I keep missing the emails, I don't fix it. Right. So your volunteers, again, appreciate it. They can also feel left out when you don't keep on adding them, and they keep on asking you every single time we meet, I thought you was going to put me in a list. So somebody needs to be in charge of that to make sure people get in it. But this is a great way to engage volunteers, engage officers, engage leadership teams, engage committees. So if you got a finance committee, I thought I had a finance committee one. I do. It's right here. It says finance committee. That's just the finance people. We talking about straight money here. All you see is numbers and Zelle. Numbers and Zelle. That's all we talk about in here. But instead of doing a group text, I can just send it right through WhatsApp. And it goes just like that. And like I said, you can snooze it if you choose. So WhatsApp is another good one. Oh, yes. WhatsApp. Yes. Yeah, WhatsApp works on Wi-Fi. So as long as you got Wi-Fi, you can actually call using WhatsApp without paying $100. Well, it was $80 for AT&T to have an international plan for 30 days. It's probably higher than that now. But if you got WhatsApp and you at the hotel with Wi-Fi, you can call people from WhatsApp. Yeah, they have made a way. Yep, video chat them, send the messages so you don't got to buy a text plan. A lot of international people use WhatsApp. So it's a lot of people, like they have, like a lot of the immigrant in the population that come. What is that? I didn't do that. Come for migrant. It's migrant season now. So like Findlay, Fremont, all of those areas, it's a lot of migrants that are here picking tomatoes and like things like that, or working in those fields, but they still can talk to their people at home because they're using WhatsApp for free. So yeah, so that's a good tool for that. Do we want to go to Canva or do we want to go to Google? I feel like we're going to get stuck in a little bubble right here. I love Canva too. How many people are not using Canva for your flyers? Why? Tell me why. You're not good at it? Canva is for people that ain't good at it. It do give you a lot of options. It can be overwhelming. Where's the mic at? Canva. Yeah, a lot of water today.
Really? Okay.
The library offers free classes on how to use Canva, and once I started using Canva, it actually reduced my anxiety about almost everything that I do, because if I'm thinking it, I can type it in there, and 9 times out of 10 it's already created. So now I can tailor it to what I want it to look like, and then it'll reduce your anxiety if you use it correctly.
So if you don't have a marketing team and you the one also doing your flyers, when you talk to your team, if somebody is artistic or they like graphics and stuff like that, then give them make it a marketing committee. Maybe that nut is starting to irritate me now. See, my nose just started itching. But that's such a delayed reaction though. I ate a pecan for the first time in my life today on an accident, and I was like, what's that thing in there? I feel perfectly fine. If I fall out, that's why it's that dang on pecan. I love Canva. Canva, let me go to my home. I manage 4 Canva accounts.
Wow, that's too much.
It's not too much because I got different things for different people. So Cheryl McKay is in the National Association of Negro Business and Professional Women's Clubs in North Carolina. She gave me access to her pro plan because we've been working together since 2018. We do a lot of business together though. So I got her team. Then I got Jerica put me on her team. And then so I kind of parse things out based on what I'm working on and stick them into different teams. But you can also share things between teams. So if you did something over here, but you want to copy it and put it over there, you can move it to that team. Then I got a personal account. I never use that because it's a basic one. And then I have an educator's account. So the educator's account in Canva is very different than the nonprofit account. It has a lot of different prompts in it. It has a lot of different setup things in there. So if you mostly in the education field, PDK, y'all might want to look at the education. And you can always get a free account, a free pro account as a nonprofit. You can apply for a free pro account up here in plans and pricing. The free one, the pro one, the teens one, the enterprise one, the not-for-profit. Canva Pro is free for all registered nonprofits. Apply today. If you get a free pro account, you cooking with gas on here. You got all the good images.
What are the requirements for the?
Give them let them be able to find you on the IRS page. They didn't like ours for some reason, but I think it's because BPW got a lot of nonprofits in there.
I looked at that and I couldn't get through.
How did you say find it?
It's at the top of the page. On the phone, it might be different. If you go to plans and pricing on here, or you could just go to the search button and search for nonprofits. They also have an excellent learning system in Canva too. They have a great YouTube channel as well.
How to do.
Yep. So when you apply, well, here's the eligibility guidelines. You got to be a charitable or nonprofit organization by the local regulator in the country where you are registered. That's the IRS. Operating on a nonprofit basis and operating for the public benefit. They do not do things with legislative, political, government. Fall under one of these are not eligible. Education. So y'all ain't really, y'all PDK, but y'all not under education. Preschool, kindergarten, nursery, higher ed, universities, vocational, technical, alumni, scholarship, student welfare, special ed, graduate, freshman school. So no students can get a free account. So usually Canva for education comes in for free when you have a .edu email address or you tie to a school system, then you can get one for free. Professional sports, financial services, business development. Maybe that's why they didn't take us. Professional organizations or societies.
And that's sororities.
Fraternities or sororities. But somehow, Cheryl McKay got hers in there, but she's had Canva account for a very long time. So maybe that was before that. Maybe that's why we could not get ours. But
that's why I didn't do it.
It didn't go through. Mine did not go through the last time I tried it, but I had access to all these other ones. And it tells you all the things you need for what country. It's going to be the IRS and go down the line from there. So your nonprofits that's working with kids, that's for the public benefit, you should be able to get a free pro account, period, on Canva. And Canva is fascinating. Now, y'all know about YouTube University, right?
Oh, yeah.
Go to YouTube and search for Canva. Yep, and subscribe to their channel. Like they said, subscribe to my channel on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Everything you need to know about Canva is in the Canva channel. The Canva channel got video. They got a new thing coming up. They video. Let me see. Latest shorts. They got the little quick ones. If you bye, have a good day. Thanks, Miss B. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can usually search in here and find, like, I don't know how to put a QR code on something. It'll tell you exactly how to do it from Canva instead of watching the other people tell you how to do it. You can watch it right from here. So playlists, they got visuals, they got all kind of stuff in here. So go to YouTube University. It's just YouTube, and look up Canva and follow their page. That's another one. Oh, dang, I left Canva. That's my presentation. Where my presentation at? Everybody's going to get this presentation too. It's got 93 slides because I just kept running them all together in here. I'll just separate them out. All right, so that's Canva. Updated images, beautiful presentations, marketing material. If you use it in clip art and Microsoft Word, your images are dated and you will have a very hard time attracting young people to your things. People could tell something that was made in Microsoft Word with a little image stuck on the front versus a Canva moving document. It's got better graphics. Those things make a huge difference today. When you're looking for volunteers, you want to attract what you need. You don't want to attract what you have, right? You want different things. And so we might come from, well, this was good enough for us, and we use mimeographs, and now we're using a computer. It's not. That's not, you don't want mimeograph. I mean, yes, mimeograph people are very helpful, but you need some new people too. So you want to upgrade those skills. And if that's not something that you have a skill set in, that's who you're looking for to attract to your team, right? Somebody who can do those things and take over. Or you create a committee. And the people got to give the committee the opportunity to have new people and then listen to their voice, right? Because that can be a tricky part. All right, what I'm going to say about Google. How many people got a Gmail? How many people use their Gmail? How many people use the 9 boxes on their Gmail? The 9 boxes. We read top to bottom and left to right. So top to bottom, left to right. Always on every Google platform, these 9 boxes is going to be right here. In these 9 boxes is 1,000 free things you could use. If you don't have Microsoft Word on your computer, you can use Google. They have a Docs. They have a Slides. That's the same as PowerPoint. I don't use any of those things for that purpose unless that's the way that somebody gave it to me and I got to send it to other people. I use Canva for those because I can also send my presentation to people right in Canva with a link. So Canva is not just sitting there. You can send all of that stuff out just like you can send any of this stuff out.
On the free one?
Yes, on the free one too. Yep. And you can print. Yeah, and you can send it to their printers if you want to. I would never do that. Just download it and take it to Office Depot. And if you don't know anybody with a great Office Depot account, you can give me a call because I get a lot off of Office Depot. I do a lot of business with them. So, we send out a lot of stuff over there. They got all these things: photo, chat, meet, the Drive. This is what you need. You need it. Yep, Google Drive. If you say, well, I got to email them that board packet. No, you don't. Tell them to open up their Gmail account, go to the 9 boxes, go to the Drive, and pull it off the Drive. Just make it shareable with everybody. They have to have Google. You have to have a Gmail. You have to have a Gmail. If you have an Android phone, you already have a Gmail account.
So do you, like, how you manage all these different...
Use the mic.
Since you manage all these different businesses, do you have a Gmail account for each one, or do you work out of the same Drive?
I run them together, but I manage 8 Gmail accounts. That's why I don't read a lot of email. And so I have drives for each one of those because every Gmail comes with all of those 9 boxes. All that stuff is there. And Gmail gives you what, 15, right over here, 15 gigabytes for free. See over here on the left-hand side? So, yep. Yep.
You have to pay for that.
Yeah, Google One free. $2 a month. Or you can make a whole bunch of free ones.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Free ones. But Google One also allows you to have an email that's tied to your domain. Yep. Yep. If you got an Android, you are fully in the Gmail process. Say it again.
Check with your phone carrier for the Google One accounts because sometimes they have deals through them as well.
It's
storage.
It's all storage for more storage.
More storage for your Google.
Yeah. And usually the storage is ate up by the emails, right? Because I got like 19,000 emails in one of my Google accounts. So I just delete a whole bunch of old emails from time to time and then it works out just fine. But the Drive is bomb. The thing about Drive is, so anytime you see this triangle right up here, you know you're in Drive. So you see I got a triangle right here. How do I know which Drive it is? Go over to the right. Then I got a little icon here. This is the Maumee Bay one when it's in yellow. I want to close that. I was looking at something. This one is crystal clear. That's because that's my crystal clear logo right there. But it's also Drive. Then I got another Drive right here. That's also crystal clear. I had that open. I'm going to switch the name. All these accounts I manage. Right? So crystal clear. I'm sorry, for Reinvest Toledo, for my communications I do with them, this is the Drive. I know it's them because it's the orange one. Now I can share this. All of these documents in here, I can share them between any of those drives that I want to. I can email it to myself. I can share the document. You can share the file. You can share the whole drive. You can share the folder. But anytime somebody shares something with you, you will find it on this left-hand side under shared with me. So like all of the things that I'm going to send you guys, some of you have gotten quite a bit of stuff. It's all in that Drive. You have that link, but it's not going to be in your Drive. You have to go on the left-hand side and go to that shared with me. And you should see a GMBC folder there because everybody has access to the GMBC folder. If you don't have it, by the 22nd, we'll make sure you do because it's chock full of stuff. Yeah, look and see. Yeah, but if you ain't gonna have it because we don't know your Gmail account. We don't even know your AOL account. Yeah, send it on. Send it on. Send us that Gmail account so we can put it in there. We go by the ones that people register with. So if you got a Gmail, you'll see this. If you don't have a Gmail, you will never find it because you're going to always have to go back to that first email we sent you and click that link and that link only. So just get a Gmail account. It's free. Just get a Gmail account. But you know what they say, 40 hours makes a mastery. So that means you got to use the Gmail account and get accustomed to using it. You can't say, oh, I got a Gmail now, but I ain't never used it. Well, that's not helpful. You got to start using it and practicing it. And AOL is selling all your info, honey. If you send anything of any key part of AOL, that's all right. I still manage my Yahoo account for junk. I don't use that for business. I let all the stuff out. You know how you sign up for something, you be like, oh, that can go over there. I'll never see it. I'll put that in there. I ain't throw that email address away. I just use these ones better because they have more functionality for me. So it's a lot of stuff in here for all of my different areas. I just really like Gmail. Then the other one is groups. And y'all know the groups because that's how we send our message. So groups. Yeah, so here's my groups. This is in this one email address with the picture with my Crystal Taylor. I have 19 groups in here. All right, so groups let you make a listserv. So have you ever sent an email to some people and then you're like, oh, I forgot the secretary. Dang it, now I got to forward the email to her, right? And she could see that you forwarded it to her, so she pissed right off the bat because she was the person who needed the info from the beginning. And you forgot to send it to her. And now she's like, well, why would you send it to all of them and then forward it to me? People get antsy about stuff like that. All that goes out the window when you make a group. If you make a group, so we have, let me see, where's our GMBC participants? And then I have the boot camp. This is the planning group right here. I can go to the members. And all of these members are in the planning group because these are the people who came to the original meetings. Make it bigger. Scroll back up. All the organizations are there. I'm the manager, but Jackie started it, so she's the owner. You can change anybody's role in here. If you're just if you're the owner, you can do all the things. If you're the manager, you can do all the things. If you're a member, you can set things for members to do. Like sometimes you don't want members emailing the whole group because they spamming people or they say crazy stuff. So it's like, you can't send no emails to this group. You can just receive emails from this group. You can change all of that kind of stuff in here. But what it does is let you determine who can get the information, who can send the information, and it stores it for you in this groups.google conversation list. We haven't sent a lot because we switched over. So the virtual June meeting, the closing planning meeting, that's one here. But before that, we hadn't done anything here since February the 8th because everybody was in the participants one. So this didn't go to the participants. This went to the planning committee for all the people that was on the planning committee. So that's different ways you can kind of set that up and have different groups for different things. Now, we probably should invite the whole group to the June 5th one because I think there's a lot of people in the planning committee who don't come and they haven't been doing anything. They might not have seen it. So I'm considering that. I might forward this.
Meeting, a couple people said they wanted to be on it, and I did.
Okay. Oh, you sent it to them. Okay, that's cool.
I may not have put them in there, but y'all received the email, right?
About a meeting on the 5th.
Did you tell me you wanted to be on it? I sent it out last. I didn't send it to you.
All right, we'll add it. If you see Jackie today, if you would like to be on that planning meeting for the last thing, and we'll get you in there. So Google Groups, another great thing. What else did I put on that Google thing? Sheets. How many people got registration things and they don't know who has the registration things? Here's our bootcamp master sheet. It has everybody that ever registered for this program. It's just like Excel, right? It's a little trickier than Excel because you can't do all the things in here, but you could download this and turn it into an Excel, save it as an Excel spreadsheet. So we got all the organizations on the bottom. We got listed by date, so we knew who registered and said they was coming. So when we give the count to Janae, we always tell her how many people. So you see, today we had 35 people registered. But we know it's a lot of people that haven't been coming for a long time. But for our grant records, that's who we have registered. And so we'll turn that in along with our attendance sheets, which they don't even really ask for attendance. That's more for us so that we have good metrics, right? As long as it was people from each organization here, then they was cool. So that can get a little hairy in some areas, but we definitely want to make sure. And thanks to Miss Heather, everybody can watch them online. So now I can go back and say, did you watch this online? I ain't lying, Heather. You saved the day. She's like, you want to get these videotapes? I was like, girl, we ain't got no money for that. Look at there. We got plenty of money for it too. We got something else for you, Heather, because this was a huge benefit to this program. And it allowed us to give everybody the info, even if they wasn't here in person, like you should have been. I'm just saying. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. And absolutely, because this is a 6-month engagement. Everybody is not going to never get to everything. Let's be very clear. This is a hybrid environment. I could have put Zoom on here. How many people do not have a Zoom account? Great. Use Zoom. That's another one I could have put on there. If you think you're going to get everybody to show up in one location, you a sucker. Everybody is not showing up. Everybody is not. Oh, it just came back. That was from last year this time. That's so funny. You gotta have a hybrid option. Matter of fact, for the meeting tonight, I'm gonna bring my things because there's several church members that already asked. They cannot get to the meeting, so I'll set my stuff up so we can have a hybrid meeting. You're gonna get way more engagement, right? Because you gotta make that available. After COVID, all of that has changed, so definitely keep that. But yes, all of these things are beneficial to any organization. You want to keep records for the long haul. How many people have officer changes and then all the documents is in a book bag and nobody don't got the documents, and the girl car got in an accident and they totaled it and it's at the junkyard in her trunk? Google Drive, scan all your documents or create them all electronically and put them there. That continues the organization. It keeps the knowledge of the organization vibrant and available for other people. Yes, you got to share that stuff with people. It's an easy fix to share things, though. Again, this is not a Google meeting. I just wanted to tell y'all some of these things that's available. If you want a Google class, what I'm going to say, give me a call. We can talk about that. We can talk about that. Let's see. Go back. Oh, I did them all. Boom! All right, that's it on there. Any questions about any of that stuff for helping your volunteers stay connected? It's not an easy thing, particularly when you don't do it. But that's when you say, I need a volunteer. Who knows Google? Who knows Canva? Who can set up Facebook? Now I'm giving my volunteer a purpose, right? Well, volunteer comes to me and I don't have anything for them to do. They're not going to stay with me because they volunteer because they want to do something. It's not just come to meetings and listen to you blather on about what y'all ain't got done yet, right? And we also spill all the beans in the meeting and run the volunteers away. I'm not going to stay at a meeting where that's all y'all do is complain the whole time. Or talk about how terrible it is to get X, Y, and Z done. You got to spin it. We talk about that manipulation, but truth telling and future casting, right? You're casting a vision of the future. You are not barking about what happened last year. You should have resolved that by now. So if your team hasn't figured out how to resolve that, and I have some ideas on how to do that, I can offer my services, or I can sit here and listen real quietly and leave next week because I'm not going to come back to the meeting, right? How you think about your volunteer, right? Think about your volunteers. And if you don't know how to use any of this stuff, get a volunteer who does. United Way 211 has a whole volunteer setup on there that they got professional volunteers. If you do not have a tax person, if you need an attorney, you could go to United Way of Greater Toledo. They have a volunteer. Let me show you right now. That's what I thought I could just show y'all these things. United Way volunteer opportunities. Find a volunteer opportunity near you. Oh, I should go to the Greater Toledo one. Let me go there. Volunteer. You can request support at unitedwaytoledo.org/volunteer. You can tell them exactly what they will be doing, how many you need, when you need them, and how to contact you. what time you want them to be there. Are they public facing or is this a back office situation? Is this a one-time need or ongoing? And how can they sign up? If you don't have a website or a form on Google, oh, that's what I was going to show y'all, Google Forms. You can make a Google form and say, give us your name, address, specialty, things like that. So when it says on this question, how can volunteers sign up? You just put your Google form link in there. And then they go right to the form. Yeah.
Should we be spending a lot of money on having websites and domains?
No. You could get a website on Google for free. Okay. It's not a great one, but it's something. Now, the other thing is, until you get to the website space, we've done with United Way. Everybody got this? United Way volunteer? Okay. Linktree. How many people use Linktree? Linktree. Everything you are in one simple link in bio. So it's one link and you can put all your websites, all your pages, all your documents for free on Linktree. Some people got some baller Linktrees. I'm a Linktree baby. Mine look basic as all get out, but I'm going to get it. Right? So you can sign up for free. They also have plans. You don't need the plans if you're just starting out. 40 million people use Linktree. So personal Linktree, unlimited links. It's unlimited links for $0.
What is that? What is this though? Like right.
Linktree. You want to see what a Linktree is? Yeah. Hold on, I got my Linktree right here. I'm new. I told you I look like a baby on Linktree. So if I sent somebody my link for Linktree, you will see this picture and this stuff. You can see Mommy Bay. You can see my Instagram page. You can see my LinkedIn page. You can see my website. You can see any documents. Like I wrote some white papers. I will put them on there. So if people want to know what kind of writing I do, boom, look at it right there. You can put it. Some people pay for Linktree and trick it out and make it look like a website, and they can move stuff around. Jerica has a baller Linktree. I don't know how to get to it, but let me see. Mm-hmm.
What was the model for it?
Huh?
What was the model?
What model? Like what?
What was the model for Linktree?
Oh, hold on. The model. Let me go back. It's right here. Everything you are in one simple link in bio.
So when somebody asks your information,
you give them a Linktree name.
That's really better than a business card.
Oh, way better. And see how all those ones over there look different? You could trick them out in all the different styles. You can go to Canva and make an image and put the image in the background of the free Linktree, and it'll look tight as all get out. You don't even got to pay for the extra one. So I can put my logo on there and have some moving things on there, and it'll pop right in.
So if you want a business card, you get a business card with your QR code.
Yep. Everybody will see that. Now, I don't use business cards anymore. I use Hi Hello. I don't buy little slips of paper and then expect people to keep the piece of paper, put it into their phone, find it when they need me, and call me. So I use something called Hi Hello. Free. Hi Hello. The Hi Hello app is right here. It's purple. See if I can log in. I don't know what my email address is in here. Nope, that ain't me. Let me go right here, sign in with Google. Let me go with this one and see if it's on there. Sign in, Hi Hello. Continue. Maybe that's it. Oh, that ain't it. Dang it. I got Hi Hello on my phone though. Let me see.
So you text it to someone?
It's let me see. It's purple. So look up Hi Hello on your thing. So on my Hi Hello, I got 2 business cards. I got my personal business card, and then I got one for Mommy Bay.
Can I see?
Yep. Oh, I already reached all my steps for today. So on my business card right here is a very cute picture because, you know, I'll be cute. I'll be cute. And then it tell you my information, my website, all of this stuff. And then if I say share, so I can give you a QR code. like this, and then you take a picture of this, or point your camera at it, and it goes right in your phone. Or I could text you the link, and now you have all of my information in your phone. I didn't pay nobody for no business cards that's gonna be on the floor after the thing. Yep, and then it saves in your phone. It'll say save to contact. Yeah, here you go.
You guys share it?
It's right here.
Oh, okay. You share it with us?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
So it creates the QR code.
Yep, it's already in there.
Then you can save her contact.
Okay.
Did it come? Did it say save the contact? Right? I got one for Mommy Bay too. Y'all can pass the phone around. Or just my contact info. Now that I have a link tree, which I just made on Wednesday, I will add my link tree on here as well, and then that'll be in there too. You want here? Next stuff out. All this stuff, yes, I got it. I just didn't have time. I had to do 2 grand things this week. It was crazy, but we working on it. Right? Yeah, pass it around. Y'all can get the link tree. That's all. Yes. So, hi, hello, business card. Digital business card. You can, if you got a business and a nonprofit, you can make as many hi hellos as you want on that one thing. So when people tell me that they want to know me as Mommy Bay, or they met me as Mommy Bay, I don't give them the crystal clear one. I give them the Mommy Bay card because they met me through Mommy Bay. They all are the one login. They all on one thing on my phone. Yep.
And it's giving pretty much the same information.
Yes, my website, all the stuff. So these are all things that you can use. And when volunteers can find you, or when funders can find you, like they always say, give me your website link. Well, I have a link tree. That's a website link. You don't got to say I don't have a website. You do have a website. It's on Linktree. Just put all your stuff on Link. Just make sure it look decent. You ain't going to no bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Some people do use their Facebook group as long as people can get into the group and don't have to ask for permission, right? If you have a Facebook page, they can follow the page.
Now,
Yep.
If you have a group, right? Okay.
Mike.
Oh, Mike.
I got a lot of questions.
No, that's right.
So, okay, like somebody started a Facebook account on my brother's behalf when he passed. So it has like 1,500 people on here, right?
Oh.
Okay, so it has, but somebody else is the admin. It's connected to her Facebook page.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's a capability for me to like take that and either put it on my Facebook or make it a group?
You gotta call her and tell her to add you as an admin.
Okay.
Then you could take her off as admin, and then you're in charge of it.
So she has to add me as an admin, so I can take her off as an admin. Okay.
Yep.
She could take her off then?
Yeah. Admins can do everything.
Even though she started it.
It don't matter.
Okay, because I've been real like.
Do you know her? Is she user friendly?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just ask her to make you an admin. And if you don't know how, where you going? To YouTube
University.
And put it in.
Okay.
I'll make me an admin on the Facebook page.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. You sure can. And if she maybe she want to still stay the admin and she looking for some work to do. Because she been managing, it got 1,500 people on there. Y'all can do it together. What do that mean? Remember, we need to be in affinity groups. We need to be in affinity groups. She's got history and organizational knowledge, and she's been doing the work, or she did it before. When the work stopped, she also stopped.
No, I mean, like, I think asking her to do, and you know what? I shouldn't assume, because I guess I'm just assuming because she's already doing the same thing that her helping me would be too much for her. Not that we can't work together.
Y'all could work together. You could ask her. Just ask her. Okay. Right? We tell people. We tell ourselves that people are going to tell us no, and so we don't even ask them. You know who don't? Have you heard that the squeaky wheel gets the oil? Gotcha. We don't squeak enough.
Squeak.
Yeah, squeak a lot more. Yeah, squeak a lot more.
Squeak.
Yeah, squeak. Be a squeaky wheel. All right, forms, sheets. I didn't show you the form. Hold on. Yes. Mike.
I think I checked before, but I'm not certain. I think I heard you mention Google has free web site.
Yeah, a Google site. Let's see that. Let's look at it. I've never used it, but they used to have Google site.
No.
Jamboard save. Let me see. Google sites. Let me not close that out. Google site. Google Sites.
Is that part of R9?
Huh?
Is it part of R9?
Oh, it's in the boxes, but it's probably lower down and like to find more things. Okay. So you can make a Google, start a new site right here. So I have never put a site on my Google, but you can have it. Yes, you can make a Google website right here. You can do it for an event. So like say you are having a gala and you don't want to use Eventbrite because the fees is going to eat you up. Well, you can put a Google event site up here and then put that on either your Linktree or put it in Bitly and make a QR code. We'll show you Bitly too. And Facebook, yep, and then send people to that site, and then they can pay you by Zelle or Cash App or something like that, but you still can collect all of their info. Yeah, it's all free. Google is better than AOL, Yahoo, iCloud, all of them. Ask Jeeves. This girl went way back to 1999. She said Ask Jeeves. Oh my goodness. That's super old. If you still use the Ask Jeeves, your entire computer is corrupted. You got all kind of data breaches on your computer. I was like, I remember Ask Jeeves. It was a little face and a little red thing. I remember Ask Jeeves. That's so funny. So yes, you can make a mini site over here. And I think if you in Google One, you can make it a name that, you know what I'm saying? It's going to say Google.sites, something else, but you can tie it to a domain. So yeah, you don't have to pay for a website. So now you have a ton of tasks. When you ask your volunteers, I need a Google site, I need somebody to do Canva, I need somebody to do this. Now I have tasks for volunteers to do. And if we do these tasks right and we get them done by September, by November when Giving Tuesday comes up, we can ask for donations because we've set all of these things up since June, July, August, September, done. October, make a plan for the money. And what we going to do? We're going to do a popcorn sale. We're going to do this so we can get some money. So by January 1, 2025, we got enough cash to get an insurance policy, enough cash to get a grant writer. We got volunteers. Maybe we can get a volunteer that do grants on United Way volunteer space, right? So no, you don't sit down and wait till you make a plan and you keep on marching in this direction. And then you tell people, I need you because I got to march way far. You want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, get a team. Get a team. Give your team something to do. You can't just get a team. You can't be crappy to your team. You always want to onboard them right. It's 12:15. We got to switch. All volunteer-based things. Let's talk about bringing that team to the table and keeping them there. That's the next thing. Of course, I closed down my page, so here we go. No, that's not what I want. Share. Or, I lost my place. Present. There we go. Go. Oh, dang it. Click on that. Take a picture of this. Everybody should have access to this. If you don't work your phone well, you can use the bit.ly, bit.ly/GMBC10, because this is session 10. These are your onboarding documents. When you bring on volunteers as board members, and HR, which most organizations do not do this well, if you fail to onboard, you're going to have turnover like 40 going north. If you onboard your new members and it's a poor job, they don't know what you expect from them, they have no idea what they're supposed to be doing, ain't nobody told them about the professional development that's available. I just want you to do what I told you to do. I do that at work. I don't got to do that for free. I don't want to do that. I'm not interested in being your yes man. I want to do some good work. Onboarding is required. Most organizations do not onboard because they only focused on getting that one job done. Onboarding means I want to get all the jobs done for the long haul and eventually stop getting them done because y'all can get them done because I want to train y'all how to do this so I can get over here and do what I'm supposed to be doing, providing thought leadership. Leaders should think. They should not do. Leaders have to plan, right? Yes, they got to do a lot of stuff as they get started. But if you're still exhausted in year 10, you got to change your entire structure because you're not sustainable. You have your first grandkids, you'll be like, I'm not doing that stuff for free. I'm going to play with her. And it's over with just that fast. Okay? So if you have this document, you can open it up. I'm gonna go to Google. Dang, it's 12:15. Let me go here. See? Yep, it's 1:15. Yes. All right. So here's my. Oh, hey, Linda. We got checks coming today. The money just walked in the room. All right. So when you bring on volunteers, you have to tell them what they're supposed to do. How many people know all the things that a board is responsible for doing? Okay. We're going to read through some of these. They need to have this in their packet so that you can tell them that they are supposed to exemplify the mission and purpose. If you're paying somebody, the board is the paid person's boss. But people start organizations and they want to be the executive director and they want to tell the board what to do. You're out of order, sweetie. That is not appropriate. If you want to get paid, you're the hired help. Yes, you could also be the founder. In that case, you want to be president and CEO. You don't want to be independent contractor, executive director. Those are mincing words and terms, but it makes a huge difference because I know at least 2 of my clients who came on as founder, got a grant, moved over to executive director. The board voted them out and took their program, and they are no longer over their program. That is the conundrum with a nonprofit, publicly supported institution and an LLC. If you want to do it by yourself, get an LLC, single member. If you want to do it with a group of people and y'all gonna break bread, get a multi-member LLC and have an operator's agreement between all of the people. They put in the same amount of money or different percentages, and then y'all split the profits like that. If you're a nonprofit 501c3 organization, you are publicly supported. That means all of your documents must be produced at a moment's notice. About 45 days. If I ask any nonprofit right now to send me all of their metrics, they got to produce them. That's what happens when you get money from the government, from the public people that also pay taxes, right?
But you said be the what and the what?
You could be the president and CEO. You got to talk to a legal person about that because I'm not a legal expert, so I can't say that. Be the president and CEO. But that means your board structure looks different. You can have a president, a vice president, a chair, a vice chair, but not a it's tricky. It's tricky. So I don't want to get too far into that, but if you want to swap out from I'm the founder to now I want to get paid, you better make sure that you know what you're doing and get some legal advice on that space because the board is your boss the minute you get the money. Okay? Boards provide financial oversight. Now, y'all did the charitable university. If you didn't, go in there and finish charitable university. I want to talk about what we're going to talk about at that thing on the 22nd. Y'all get an email about that. I want to say how many people completed the charitable university. So if you didn't complete it, you got those links. Please complete those things because we want to show that we have increased the capacity for low and moderate income community board leaders so that their boards operate at a much higher level. One of them is doing the laws of the land with the Ohio Attorney General's office. And y'all also saw that the more board members you have that are in there, the more money the Attorney General office will grant you. Who knew that the Attorney General office granted money? I just learned that as part of this thing. I don't even know how to get it, but I'm about to find it.
And we also said we all should be registered.
Yes, all should be registered. Yep. Where's the mic? Mike! Pass it to the back. Oh, yes. There it is. And we'll send this out in the email too. Okay, so what else? All of those things, know all of those. We're going to keep moving. So when you onboard people, if you think they know these things and you don't tell them, that's your fault. When they don't, when they go out there and they take a client from one of your clients and start making money off of your client, that's your fault because you didn't tell them. They're supposed to be in charge of the organization, not in charge of getting money for themselves, right? That's a very different process. All right, that's the first document. 2. Member of the board of directors, job description and expectation. Who start a job and don't get a job description? How many people got when you came here, you mean? We just let you create your own. Or you mean in general? Oh, you should have quit that instantly. That's a problem. Because then I can't, how you evaluate me? How do I know what you want me to do? Mike. Mm-hmm.
I'm helping out a friend right now, and she wanted me to create my own job description.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set my own salary too then.
Okay. Did she pay you yet?
No.
Okay. There we go. We had that discussion already.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If that's not ready, they're not ready to have a new person there. That's
right.
The leadership is supposed to do that. And so if the leadership said, come in, if you at the ground floor and you bringing in these team members and y'all don't sign an agreement, like I'm going to do this for 6 months and then we're splitting profits, then you can best believe that she will never get any profits because she has no intention of paying. I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just the structure is out of line. Right? You have to put things in proper order. This is a business. We can be friends, but I will cut you about my bread and my time.
Right.
Every single person in here will. And we like to think that people are not going to do that. They're going to cut you at some point. Sometimes they invite you with that manipulation for the cut. Right? Because they just need some free labor and they know I can use, you have credentials. So my credentials come in handy on your application. Okay. Bet. Here's the time limit for that.
Right. And you would think the job that she brought me in, that she wanted me to do, she would have the job descriptions like HR manager and corporate compliance officer. She should have those.
Well, she should. But, I mean, you can provide them and be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, she for HR and corporate compliance officer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's a trick to that.
I'm just gonna say, just rule of thumb. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen.
It did not happen. It do not exist.
Period. So if y'all don't have the agreement, you don't have no reason to say.
If she get $100,000 grant tomorrow and you wrote half of it, and you don't have no document saying what the relationship was there, she doesn't have to give you a thing. And I'm not casting shadows on anybody. This is business. That's a prudent person. And remember, nonprofits are a business. A prudent person in business would never take on a job and not know how much they're getting paid, when they're going to get paid, any of those things. But when we come to this space, particularly in churches, right? Because, that's my word. No, honey. No. It's not ever going to be sustainable if it's not set up. This is my administrator talking, right? What's the procedure? You don't have a procedure? Do you want me to create? If you want me to create a procedure, let me give you my price. And you could defer the price until you get some money. And I will do this work for free for 6 months. And really, it ain't for free. I'm deferring my price. But at this point in time, I expect some level of compensation to come. We don't know how to negotiate. That's the problem. This board contract that you're about to look at here settles all of the negotiations when they first come to the first meeting, when they get onboarded. So here's a job description and expectation. I took out the organization's name. You got to fill in all this stuff for yourself to say what it is. Everybody has a copy of this. What do you want them to do? When is the meetings? You can't tell me that you only need me. We only do like one meeting a quarter. If you only meet one time a quarter, and y'all also don't have any programs, it's because you're meeting one time a quarter. You can't get anything done. You would have to have a 7-hour meeting every 4 months to get anything done. A quarterly meeting is bullcrap. I'm going to tell you right now, if you plan on growing and doing anything, a quarterly meeting is for some high-level boards that have professionals on them at a very high level, and you only really want them for advisement. If you only meeting with your board quarterly, you're the only one doing the work because they don't come enough. They come to see you 4 times a year, and what they gonna do in the interim? Nothing. Not a thing. So, length of the term, you cannot have a 1-year board term. You will always change leadership. You cannot change leadership every year and get anything done. 2 to 3 year terms. Staggered terms are better. The president and the treasurer come off in the even years. The secretary and the vice president come off in the odd years. That keeps institutional knowledge in the leadership space. Okay? People decide the way they want to do that. It could be whoever, however, you could just rotate the whole board and drop them all off and then start with somebody new. Good luck. Especially if y'all ain't got y'all documents in Google Drive and they're in somebody's car and the car got in an accident and they over there to ask me about that. That happened to me one time. I was like, oh my God, my car got in an accident. All the stuff's in the trunk and the car's at it's gone, right? That happened before. Let's see. Expectations. Who starts a job and don't know their expectations? Who starts a free job and don't know their expectations? You a sucker if you think they gonna stay. They're not. So tell them at the beginning. Then put board, just to be a board member, this is your job description. These all come from Nonprofit Works. I'll tell you all the people that's adapted from. You can go and find it. But you also have a copy of this. The board chair or the board president. What do you want them to do? Write it out. This is a good sample. The vice. What does the vice do? The committee chairpersons. If I ask you to chair the marketing committee, you need to call the meetings and send your minutes to the president before the meeting so that we can all have a discussion about it in the big meeting. If you can't do that, then I can't have you for the chair. You're completely useless to me if you can't get the work done of this office. I don't want to be the president and then also have to do the chair's work. That doesn't make any sense. But if you never told me to do that, I know I had to do that, so I didn't do it, right? Next one. The secretary job description, the treasurer jobs, and your job descriptions may entail additional things. These are national organization documents. These are the general rules and regs for things. You can use this as a guideline. The conflict of interest policy. That line up there is where you write in your organization. If you have anybody on your board and you did not have them sign one of this and they swiping your clients and getting money from your clients, that's on you. Conflict of interest policy says you are here for the betterment of this organization. You must let us know if you have any relationships that are going to hinder that. You must also let us know if you are going to do some side work for us. We all have to agree on certain things, right? The conflict of interest policy is a standard document it's just like an NDA. Have you ever worked at a job where they said you can't tell nobody outside of here what we do? It's similar to that. Except for this one is you need to tell us what you're doing outside, right? If it's going to impact us. So you need to have this statement. Again, all the things that are in here. Tina, you might see these. I hope I got all the RTs out of here because I just used the documents I gave to RT for this. Duty to it talks about, so in the conflict of interest, it talks about, y'all heard this before, duty to disclose. You heard all of those things. In Ohio Charitable University, you got to tell us if something's going on that could affect us. But if you don't have nobody sign this, they ain't got to tell you nothing. And when you got a person on your board that's a felon, and you working with kids, and the funder finds out about it, and you lose all your money, and you got to pay all that money back, that's on you because you did not have them sign a duty to disclose. They ain't got to tell you nothing, and you didn't look it up. So now the whole org look crazy. Will never get that funding ever again. Hope it wasn't a big funder, right? Review by the board. It sets out all of these things. This is boilerplate language. Boilerplate language. You could just pop your logo on here, put your org name in it, read through it, and make sure it makes sense for you. Sign the documents, put them in a drive at the onboarding. This is they sign and say, I agree with this. I'm going to do this. I read all of this stuff. No problem. You're done. Then they talk about financial interest in here. Who you working with, that we working with. Do you want us to use your organization for all of our t-shirts? We need to have these in our organization as well, so that we know these things, and all of this stuff is in here. Then this last one is a form to evaluate an individual board member. If you do not evaluate, then you have no intention of improving. You cannot keep on doing stuff. People, let me say it this way. People don't ask questions they don't want to know the answer to. So if you don't want to know if your program was beneficial, you never put an evaluation out. If you don't want to know if your board members are useful, you will never ask them to evaluate themselves and then turn around and also evaluate them and say, hey, I just want to let you know, you missed 6 out of 12 meetings. I'm going to ask you to leave my board. Because in our rules, we said that you wasn't going to do that. And you did it anyway. And they were not all excused. But you don't have those documents. So those things are happening. This is for the Center for Nonprofit Leadership. At your board retreat, after a year, everybody takes this, and then everybody shares all the info. Oh, I thought I did a pretty decent job right here. And you have a conversation, because remember, y'all got to know, like, and trust each other. I did not do a great job this year. I know I didn't. I'm sorry. I had those other things going on. I still want to stay here and do something, but maybe I need to go to a committee and come off the board. That's a fair conversation, other than, she's going to do something else. She always going to say, hey, she ain't even come. She always come take pictures, but she don't ever want to do no work. And then, oh, hi, girl. No. Do the evaluation. It will help you build a better team. And so all the things that we did today about this team makes a difference. How do we find out if people are interested in being on our board? We give them the new board member form. Here's the new board member form. Get all of their info. How many times you had a board member and you got their cell phone number, but they changed their cell phone number like Raymond? Raymond changes number every month, right? The only number you got is the one number you had in your phone, and this is the chick that got the money. Man, you ain't got none of her contact info, don't know where she at, or you ain't never asked them to tell you all of their contact info or nothing, right? So you can't get in touch with them. Do the form. Then you have the form. Ask them, what things are you interested in? And you can change these based on what you need on your board, right? Business, legal, fundraising, human resources. That means if they like human resources and y'all about to have a summer program where you got to hire like interns or something like that, that's where you put them in. Create all of our policies for the things like this. Manage these kids or something like that. You got to know, but you got to ask. We don't ask. Next one. Oh, other areas of expertise. Let them tell you what they like. I love macrame. You was like, that's so interesting. I was just reading this thing where kids want to get back into the fiber arts. Could you run our macrame session in May? Absolutely, no problem. But you never asked them, so they never told you. The board member contract. Make them sign a contract. I'm going to do this, and this. When they don't do it, pull that paper back out and say, you're fired. And then you move on, right? But we want to fire some people, but we ain't told them what they were supposed to do, and they ain't agreed to do none of those things because we didn't ask them to do any of that. So now we stuck. All right? Who signs it? It's just like a regular contract. Printed name, signature, the board president signs it. If the board president is the one filling this out, then you can get the treasurer or the secretary to sign it. You can change those things so that you have all this. You also have the link right there for where these documents came from. And then here's the last one. If you need to create, and I'm going to tell you not if, you need to create a board membership manual. You see, you got these big old notebooks right here? Your bylaws, it should come to every meeting. If you having a meeting and you don't have your bylaws sitting right there, or your bylaws look like garbage, then redo the bylaws. The bylaws are your organizing document. You need a manual that has all of your information. All the contracts should be in there. All the minutes should be in there. All the organizing documents should be here. Here is the content for your board membership manual. Create one. Board presidents in here, put it on the list. You might can't get it done before June, but you can get it done before December. Okay? You're all right. That's how you maintain a team. Everybody gets one of these. Everybody on the board has one of these. Nobody's confused. When you do your minutes and when you do your meeting and agenda, you put a whole package together. If it's too big and you don't want to print it out, we don't print out nothing. We print out a lot of stuff here because somebody else gave us some money. But we don't print out nothing. We put them in that drive and we send you a link. You don't got them? You got them because I sent it to you in that Google email and that big old listserv. Nobody's email bounced back. I know you got them. So find them. All right? I've given you all the stuff. That's how you hold accountability. That's how you give your team the options or the opportunities to stay or go. That's how you give yourself the permission to remove people from positions when they're no longer effective. I'm still working with this person. I just don't know how to get her out here because she's my cousin. Did she sign that document? Did she cross about 4 things off that document? She's out. She signed it and said she was going to be out if that was the case. You cannot build a team on an accident. It's on purpose that you build teams. And that is how you build a team. I'm done.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay, still not understand.